He swung on and hit the end of right field deep, and you can't forget about this one. Blaze Salter hits number 5, and the Newport Gulls retake the lead.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Gone! A grand slam! To left power, right tower power, and the Gulls walk off in the 15th inning!
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Tomas steps on the back for one out, throws to first, and he's in time, a double play.
Pitch, breaking ball lifted deep to center field, and it is gone! A 2-run shot for Cody Hosey.
A high drive, left field deep. Bolzano going back, looking up. This ball is a 2-run homer. P.J. Jones hits it out.
Stay tuned. The pregame show begins now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Now, in his 3rd season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Zach Ledson.
For the second and final time this regular season, the Gulls do battle with the Muskrats. Hi everybody, Zach Letson getting you set for some Friday night baseball here at Cardines Field. Newport saw its 8-game winning streak come to an end last night over at Muzzy Field against the Bristol Blues, 3-2. But here tonight, they're facing a Winnipesaukee team they've already beaten once this season, that a 6-5 final up at Robbie Mills Field earlier in the year. Newport looks for its second win against the Muskrats and looking to get back on track here tonight at 6:35 at Cardines Field. But the Gulls pregame show starts right now. All right, back here on the Gulls pregame show, Zach Letson joined by Newport's Josh Kuroda-Grauer from Rutgers University. Josh, first I got to ask you about Newport's last home game, maybe the biggest play of the season so far. You gunned down Luca Trajani at the plate to end the game. As you're fielding that ball in right field, charging it and getting ready for a throw, what's going through your mind?
To be honest, I was just worried about getting it down, not overshooting him. I wanted to be on the ground to Jack Scanlon, but ended up being a good throw to his chest, so was happy about that, you know.
Well, a lot of guys here in summer ball, it's kind of a tough transition. You go from BB core, metal bats to wooden bats. Not really the case for you. You've got 28 hits in 25 games. What have you liked about the transition over to wooden bats, and how has it just kind of been easy for you?
I mean, since high school in the summer, you've always used wooden bats, and, you know, hitting the sweet spot on a wooden bat, there's nothing like it, you know. So it's been a pretty good transition. I've been liking it, you know, definitely.
Well, summer ball is all about unique experiences, but I want to go back to before summer ball. You're a player over at Rutgers, as I said, and you guys had quite the interesting journey in the Big Ten Championship. You make it to the championship game, but it's about the journey, not the destination. The last game that you played started at 11:53 local time. Of course, that taking place in Omaha. That's almost 1 a.m. basically for you guys being from New Jersey. What kind of experience was that like for you in a game where you end up run ruling Indiana?
It was honestly a crazy experience, but I've never played that late. But once we got there, it was just honestly so much fun and just a ton of adrenaline, you know, just to go out there, play with your guys at 1 o'clock our time, like you said, but it was just a great experience.
Well, last question I have for you. What have you liked about playing here in Newport? And, you know, you guys, a heck of a run, 8 in a row. It gets snapped last night, but how can you get the bats going tonight again and get back on track?
We got a ton of great players from all over the place, and we really gelled together. So whenever we're down, we don't feel like we're down. Whenever we're up, we think we can do more. So just sticking to our plan and just being who we are, you know.
All right, that is Rutgers' Josh Kuroda-Grauer, JKG. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, the pregame show right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network rolls on.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show here. Hey, how are you? Tyler Sumner standing with Newport's catcher, Parker Haskin. Parker, obviously the Gulls catching has been phenomenal this year. What's been the key secret to the catching this year?
We got a good group of guys, so just kind of building off each other. I think that's kind of been a good recipe for us so far.
And Parker, yourself from Florida, what's it like being up in here playing baseball in Rhode Island?
I mean, this field is obviously unbelievable. My brother played here in 2019, so I kind of had a good idea going in what it would be like. But, you know, we get a good crowd every night. We're home, and it's been a really great experience.
And the final question here. So your walk-up song is Rodman by former Newport Gull Mike Seander, who's now known to some as Mike Stud. What really is the inspiration behind that phenomenal walk-up song?
He's kind of just been my favorite artist. It's just kind of a small world, I guess, that he played here in Newport, and kind of something pretty cool to, be able to, I guess, for him, have his song be played where he used to play growing up. So pretty cool.
That's Parker Haskin, and I'm Tyler Sumner. The Gulls pregame show rolls on the NECBL network.
Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. Me and Zach Letson are here with Shane Briggs for the long-awaited interview. I know Shane's been wanting to do this for a while. But yeah, first question, just in general, intern for the Newport Gulls, one of the media interns here, one of the field reporters, working camera today, camera one, one of the biggest cameras out there. Great, you do a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
Really,
I appreciate that. It's always nice to hear that.
Yeah. So, on a game-to-game basis, go through us, your responsibilities, your duties a little bit, you know what I mean?
I'm something of a Shane of all trades. I try and get here early, help set up the booth. There's sound equipment to set up, there's cameras to set up, there's morale to bring up, there's things here and there. I try to get all around and help everywhere I can.
I love that.
Well, anyone that knows Shane Briggs and knows the Newport Gulls broadcast with Shane Briggs in the booth knows that, well, you're basically the pun master. We're averaging about 1 to 2 per inning when we got Briggs in the booth. What makes you the pun master? What made you come in the booth and say, you know what? This is my responsibility. I got to bring puns to the table whenever you're up there.
Well, the beautiful thing about being up in the booth with you is that your title is play-by-play, which means it's not my job. So I am color commentary.
Right.
So I'm just trying to add color and bring some personality any way I can. And as someone who didn't really play baseball after middle school, I can't say I have any expert advice to give in that regard. So outside of my fan perspective, personality is what I try to bring.
I love to hear that. That's exactly it. But another question. It's a beautiful day here. Today's game. Oh, what's your Jake Garland on the mound, by the way? Miami Jake. What's your forecast for tonight's game?
Just gone off the phone with Apple Weather. Sunny skies and a great day to have a day. That is, Joe Nichols put it best, sunny and 75, I believe. So I'm excited for a Friday night here at Cardines.
I love that. Final question for me. So far, the season's kind of like the halfway point. What would be the number one moment that stands out to you as a Newport Gulls intern so far?
So far, I think my favorite moment as a fan watching a game would have to be the first game here, Sammy K with 2 solo shots. As soon as we got here, he was one of the nicest guys. It was very sad that he had duties to go fulfill, and obviously bigger things, bigger picture, but a guy that you love having here. So seeing that first game was just awesome. So I'd have to say that.
Love to hear that.
Well, I got one more for you, Shane. We've talked about, we love standing down here interacting with the players before the games. One guy, and I know this is so tough, what's one guy personality-wise that you see and you're just like, oh man, you're in for a treat? If you can pick one personality-wise on this team, who do you got?
Give me 1 second. Colton Freeman. Probably the easiest question you could have given me. That was the D-Wade alley-oop that I was just waiting for. That was definitely Colton Freeman. That's just electricity every time you walk into Cardines Field. 100% Colton Freeman, without a doubt. Yeah.
Love that. Electric stuff from Shane Briggs here. Shane, appreciate your time.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Best of luck on the camera today. We know you're going to do a great job.
Thank you, buddy. Best of luck in the booth. Do your thing.
Thanks, man. All right. Till then, 6:35, first pitch. But until then, the Gulls pregame show rolls on. Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show. Caden Charpentier here with Gulls first baseman Noah Martinez. Noah, thanks for joining me. So first question I got, obviously in the NECBL, there's a lot of players in your conference, the NEC, playing for CCSU. What is it like playing against some of your teammates, and what is it like playing with some of the foes that you played in your conference?
Yeah, it's awesome to see some familiar faces out there. It's really competitive, really. At the end of the day, it's good to shake hands with them and say hi and all that stuff, but on the field, it's kind of just being competitive, within the lines and all that stuff. So it's good to see all those guys, and yeah.
Yeah, love that, love that. So your season at CCSU this past spring, you had a spectacular season. You batted over 300, had over 600 slug, 15 home runs. What was that season like for you and your team at CCU? I know you got the 3 seed and you were eliminated in the tournament, but what was it like for you individually to have that much success from the plate?
It was great. At the end of the day, I found my stroke. I think in the middle part of the season, I wasn't hitting as well. So I think that finding the stroke towards the end was definitely very beneficial. Only playing 45 games is in comparison to some of these other guys who play like 60 games. It's a little tough to try to find your stroke in only that amount of time and kind of do that well. So I'm just kind of fortunate that it worked out that way. Just kind of put my nose to the grind and trust the process and, hope things work out.
Awesome. Love to hear that. So tonight you're batting cleanup. So, obviously a big spot. School of Singham leaves. Sammy leaves, so you're going first base today, or first base the last 2 games. So, what's your mentality, going in today, batting in that 4 spot, what against the Winnipesaukee Muskrats team that you guys beat last time out?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think filling that spot with Sammy, I think he did a good job of hitting the ball very hard. So hopefully, what I'm trying to do is attack the ball early, hit the ball somewhere hard. That's always been my approach, and hopefully I can get one in the air today. But yeah, hitting the ball hard early in the count, and hopefully it drops.
Yeah, just another question, but for your team overall, you guys have been character has been a word that I've kind of brought up. What do you got? What would you say your time in Newport so far? It's been halfway through the season. How would you describe this team and your experience so far?
I don't know. I mean, I think we've gelled just so fast. I think it's just such a good experience with some of these guys, and all in the same boat, coming from all over the country. Some of us coming from pretty close, like Connecticut and Rhode Island. But I feel like since we're all in the same boat and just no one really knows each other, it's just kind of bonding together and kind of winning games. And, I think our noses to the grind, throughout this whole season. It's every day we're out here. So, we just try to stay positive, hopefully get back on that winning streak and, go from there.
Awesome. Well, Noah, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck today.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right. And Gulls pregame show rolls on.
It is Gulls and it is Muskrats, part number 2, and we're so glad that you can be with us for it here on the NECBL Network. Zach Letson joined alongside the voice of the Winnipesaukee Muskrats, Zach Wilson, along with the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, Caden Sharpens, here on what is another great Friday for baseball. Caden, Newport, tough loss for the Gulls last night out at Bristol, 3-2, the final in that one, and that saw the end of what was an unbelievable run for Newport, 8 wins in a row, longest winning streak since 2015. But a game where Newport had some pitching and just fell short, looking to get a bounce back here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they came back at the end. It was really just one swing that did them out. I mean, a 3-run home run, and then they got 2 back, but they weren't able to finish the job. And, obviously the Newport Gulls, we've talked about the character, the culture, and just this team being able to persevere down a couple runs in a game. So, I mean, even if they're down today, I feel like a lot of these fans, and we know it, that they have the ability to come back. And, today it's going to be it's a big game. They got to bounce back, and hopefully they can do that.
Well, that was a 1-run game. Newport has played in plenty of 1-run games this season. 8 wins by a 1-run margin. And, Zach, one of those was the only other time that Newport has faced Winnipesaukee, that coming up at Laconia, Robbie Mills Field, in what was a great game between the two teams, and Newport just squeaking it out 6-5 up at Robbie Mills.
Yeah, it was both teams' chance to win in that game, and you can really tell how there's a lot of excitement, 11 combined runs coming in that game, and as you said yourself, Newport just being able to etch it out after Winnipesaukee did have a lead for a little while, but they nearly came back in the bottom of the 9th, as you recall. Brady Day with that home run. The Muskrats were down 6-4 in the bottom of the 9th, put them to within 1. It was just so close, but not far enough. But that doesn't excuse the fact that 10th was really a heck of a game to watch, probably one of the best in the league this summer.
That was win number 3 on that 8-game winning streak for Newport. And, well, if that was any telltale, we should be in for another fantastic game here tonight. It is the 16-9 Newport Gulls and the 10-14 Winnipesaukee Muskrats, the only time that the Scrats make the trip down here to Cardines Field this regular season. as we have our pregame festivities underway here on DAI Restoration Night at Cardines Field, Friday, July the 8th, 6:29 Eastern Time. And well, before we give you starting lineups, starting pitchers, let's send it down to the field for tonight's pregame ceremony and our national anthem.
Next up to represent DAI is their July Employee of the Month, David Hagan. Well, that's our Employee of the Month. Let's give it up again for DAI. Let's see those countdowns ringing. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a special presentation. One of the wonderful things about being in Newport Gulls when you get to flock back to the nest here in Newport, and we have some members of our former teams here in attendance tonight as they bring their families back to where they played their summer baseball. Tonight, I'd like to introduce 3 of those special players that have returned for tonight. And tonight we have Stephen Holmes, his wife Monique, daughter Ebert Luke, and parents Doug and Sharon Holmes. Next to joining us tonight is our 2005 Gulls right-handed pitcher from the University of Rhode Island, Stephen Holmes. Stephen was a quintessential component for our 2005 championship team. Stephen's hard work was paid off as he was the 5th round pick of the New York Mets of the 2006 Major League Draft. Please give a warm welcome, Newport Gulls warm welcome, to 2005 champion Stephen Holmes. Outstanding. Stephen was 6-1 in 2005. He had a special summer with us. It's great to have you back home, Stephen. Next, I'd like to introduce Sean McGill. His wife, Caitlin McGill, his kids, Brody, Parker, and Shawnee. A 2004-2005 Newport Gull who joined us during his collegiate career at Boston College. Sean McGill. Sean, a South Kingstown, Rhode Island, out of high school with the Angels in the 45th round. He continued 2005 round 23 Boston College. Drafted out of high school by the Anaheim Angels in the 45th round. Sean was then again drafted by the Phillies and had a great minor league career. Today we're honored to have Sean come back. Sean led our 2004 team at the catcher. We played the championship game here in front of a packed house. We lost in the 9th inning. Sean was not happy about that, so he came back the next year with his fellow teammate here, and he won a championship in 2005. Let's welcome back Sean McGill. Outstanding. And last, I'd like to introduce another Newport Gull alumni. He's a 2016 Newport Gulls Hall of Fame inductee. 2004 Gulls, 2005 NCAA Championship team. Mike joined the Gulls during his collegiate career at Lemoyne College. In 2006, Mike was drafted to the Oakland A's, where he remained from 2006 to 2010. Mike recently moved up to Boston, where he runs the CBRE office and sponsors your very own Newport Gulls, as you can see his banner in right field. Thank you, Mike, for being a part of us tonight. As always, the Gulls fly together. He's accompanied tonight by Little League stars of tomorrow, James Affronti, Aubrey Affronti, Cooper Connor, Brooke Connors, Cole Connors, Reese Rizzo, and Riley Rizzo. Let's welcome back one of our Hall of Fame inductees, Michael Bryan. Michael's our starting shortstop both years. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you, Chuck. Now at this time, I'd like you to please all rise and remove your caps. Is here with us tonight to present the nation's colors of the Cranston Police Department. And to perform tonight's national anthem is Karen Grimes Bates, a native of West Warwick until age X. Karen sang at St. James Church Choir for many years, along with being in high school ed band. She also auditioned through 4 rounds of America's Got Talent and loves her karaoke. See what you got.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much to all. And now to help join and start kicking this game off, we have a few Coventry softball and baseball players. Liam Bonsley, Tim Veroni, Gillian Bentley, to say the famous 2 words. Here, guys. Ball! Thanks again, now let's go.
about set for baseball here at Cardines Field. 10-14 Winnipesaukee, 16-9 Newport. On a Friday night, not too many clouds in the sky. It is a great day for baseball here, and pregame festivities wrapping up. DAI restoration night. We have 3 former Gulls in attendance. 2005 Newport Gulls championship team won Newport its 3rd NECBL title. As we get set here for first pitch, Newport gathering about ready to take the field. And well before Newport and Jake Garland, who is tonight's starter, can take the field, who will Winnipesaukee, Zach, send 1 through 9 here to try to get their first win against the Gulls this season?
Well, for Winnipesaukee tonight, their starting pitcher is Chris Flynn from Roger Williams University. Flynn is making his 2nd start of the season with the Muskrats after he started his first few games on the mound this year as a reliever. His first start came back on July 2nd in a 6-5 win, walk-off against Upper Valley, where he made it through 5 innings, giving up 5 hits and 4 runs, 3 earned, while striking out 7 batters.
And who will it be 1 through 9 that they'll be setting to the plate to hit as they look for some offense here to start the game?
Well, to start things off, you got Cole Abrams, who is out at second base tonight. Then at batting number 2, you get Tyler Grodell out of left field, followed by him batting 3rd, Christian Mercedes out at center field. Then you get batting 4th, Jacob Corson out at right. And tonight's designated hitter for Winnipesaukee batting 4th is Patrick Roach. Then you get batting 6th at 3rd base is Brady Day. Then you get Zach DiMatteo batting 7th in the catcher spot. Sebastian Mueller batting 8th at first base. And last but not least, Ian Badapaglia, who's going to be over at shortstop.
One notable omission from that Winnipesaukee lineup is Matt Alifano. He is the Winnipesaukee offensive leader, and he had 3 hits against the Gulls back when these two faced off the first time. He is working out with the New York Yankees as he prepares his professional career, so he is not in attendance on this 2-game road trip for the Muskrats. It began last night, an extra innings defeat to the Ocean State Waves, a 4-1 final. Pete Ciuffreda with a 3-run walk-off home run in the 10th inning, and so that has once brought us here. Winnipesaukee 10-14, Newport 16-9, looking for a 6th straight home win. And as you can see on your screen, the Gulls have taken the field for the first time tonight. So let's give you the Newport defensive alignment. Left to right across the outfield, it is Ben Rounds in left, Colton Ledbetter in center field, and Alec Makarevich in right. Left to right across the infield, Slade Alford plays the hot corner at 3rd. Josh Kuroda-Grauer, who you heard from in our Gulls pregame show, plays at shortstop. Luke Beckstein back in the lineup at second base. And Noah Martinez, who you also heard from prior to tonight's game, he plays at first. And Jack Scanlon, he does the catching for the University of Miami righty. Jake Garland making his 4th start this summer. And coming off of a couple real strong outings here for the Gulls. All 3 of his outings at home have come on Fridays. 3 starts, 18 1/3 innings pitched. Brings in a 3.43 ERA. That last start, the one that really sticks out, it was in that 2-1 pitcher's duel victory for the Newport Gulls. 6 innings of shutout baseball, 3 hits, just 1 walk to go with 9 strikeouts. And that was, at the time, Newport's 4th win in a row, coming back a week ago tonight, July the 1st. Here we sit on July the 8th as the Jupiter, Florida native. All he's known here in these games he's pitched at home is that orange uniform that Newport dons on Fridays. And a guy that pitched 65 1/3 innings with the Hurricanes this spring. Brings in a fastball, slider, changeup mix. And a little bit of curveball action as well. A fastball that'll sit, as you see right there, around the 90-mile-per-hour plateau, and looking to continue what was a fantastic start prior to that, and up until his last inning of work in his start before that against the Sanford Mainers, he put together a pretty impressive outing as well. He has pitched 18 1/3 innings this season and is the only Newport Gull to work into an 8th inning of work this summer.
Yeah, I mean, I think his numbers are pretty inflated just given those 2 swings against the Mainers. Like, you could take it what you have with the 3.43 ERA. I mean, it's more a little bit lower just given that game against the Mainers.
First pitch of the ball game is a base hit off of the bat of Cole Abrams into right field. 1 pitch and a good start for the Muskrats.
Well, coming on a flare like that, Cole Abrams also swung at the pitch when it was his turn to bat to begin the game yesterday against Ocean State, even though that resulted quickly in a line out to first. But how about a little reverse right there for Abrams, being able to get it better this time?
First pitch coming in at 6:43 Eastern time here at Cardines Field, 72 degrees and sunny. One pitch and one batter, and here's Tyler Grodell with a pop-up shallow into the outfield. Colton Ledbetter makes the catch for the first down of the night.
Well, 2 pitches already, 2 plays have been made, base hit and a pop out. It's going by pretty quickly, although it is just 1 out just like that.
Yeah, I think that's what Jake Garland does. I mean, he's pacey, he's really efficient. I mean, he gets pitches off really fast, he keeps hitters off guard, and you know, even if he gets a hit, he keeps moving quickly, and he keeps those hitters really just kind of guessing when it comes to his pitches.
Well, here's a guy that knows the structure of Cardines Field, Christian Mercedes. Playing here for the first time since he was a member of the Newport Collegiate Baseball League back in 2020 when there was no NECBL season. We had a local Newport League where, of course, host families, that was not an option in the heart of the pandemic, so everyone that played in the league had to commute. And Christian Mercedes, one of those players. Looks at ball 2. It's now a 2-0 count here.
Yeah, Mercedes from Southern New Hampshire has had a good season so far. Not as many games as the rest of his teammates. He came in late, but it's already made immediate impact that he is now batted .302 and leads the team with 16 stolen bases.
Included one against the Gulls in first matchup between these two teams. That one gets in front of Scanlon. Going to second easily is Cole Abrams. Heads up base running, advancing on that ball down in the dirt, and all of a sudden Muskrats have a runner in scoring position.
Well, after Scanlon didn't have a good pickup of the ball after it was thrown to him by Garland, Abrams looked like he was able to beat out Scanlon's throw just in time, and now, just like that, the Muskrats have a runner in scoring position. Mercedes brought in the only run of the game yesterday for the Muskrats.
Winnipesaukee jumped out to a 2-0 lead in that first matchup between these two before Newport ended up coming back and winning the game 6-5, the final at Robbie Mills Field. The Gulls took their final lead of the game on a balk in the 8th inning, scored their 6th run on an error, and that was just enough for a 1-run victory. Gulls have won 3 straight, dating all the way back to 2019 against these Muskrats. That's flown into center and playable for Ledbetter for out number 2.
Well, 2 plays just like that for Ledbetter, where he finds one off of Grodell and Mercedes. You can really see how he's been eyeing it pretty well.
Couple of F8s here after the leadoff single, and now it is the cleanup man, Jacob Corson, trying to drive in Abrams from second.
Well, it has been a little while since Corson made a start for the Muskrats, and saying that has been really something to notice, considering that he has the second best average on the team at .371 with 11 RBIs, tied for second on the team along with his teammate Patrick Roche. So if anybody can try and bring home Abrams, it's Corson.
23 hits on the season. That is the most of any Muskrat present, only one with more. In total is Alifano, who is not here tonight. First pitch is a ball from Garland.
Yeah, and Corson's last start of the season was back on July 3rd. 2 games in the doubleheader against Bristol. He went and combined 3 for 6, getting an RBI in game 2.
That's in there for strength. Did not have quite the night he wanted against Newport, and matchup 1 between these two teams, 0 for 4. He did draw a walk in the 9th inning, but Newport stranded him. He represented the tying run on base before Josh Gross in his Newport debut ended up shutting the door.
Yeah, Garland's got to watch out, and that's the 63rd stolen bag for the Muskrats, by far the most in the NECBL. So, I mean, they could steal 30, you never know. I mean, you just got another stolen bag. I mean, this team knows how to steal bags and get in scoring position.
And another look over to Abrams, certainly something living in the head of Jake Garland right now.
The only thing is for him is that Corolla Grauer is not really near second base back to try and get a pick off at Abrams.
Now he's ready with a 1-1 pitch. Misses outside on the off speed, 83 miles per hour from the righty. It's a 2-1 count here to Corson.
Yeah, Corson, there's a reason he has the second best average on the team. .325 this past season with Bucknell, second team all-conference in the Patriot League at second base.
Big opportunity here right away for Corson and the Muskrats. And he'll stay alive and rather foul that off to make it now a 2-2 count. talked about his second-team all-conference selection, a infielder from Bucknell, Huntersville, Pennsylvania. 325 his average across the spring. 45 games played with the Bison. Someone you'd want up here if you're Ariel Ramos and company. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That skips in the dirt, and it gets away from Scanlon again. And that's going to grant the runner third base anyway. It rolled over the white line, which signifies a dead ball near the Newport dugout. So regardless of how quickly Abrams moved up, he was going to be granted third anyway. And all of a sudden, on 2 balls in the dirt, Abrams has moved from first all the way to third here with 2 down.
It's still a good situation for Garland, but some oopsies just trying to make up.
Payoff pitch stays alive again. This is a good at-bat here by Corson.
He's been really trying to test it out. Him being a lefty against a righty in Garland, that's definitely a type of matchup you find interesting, especially how the Muskrats are just that close to making the early threat.
Garland did not allow a run in that 6-inning outing last Friday against the Waves. And another foul ball to stay alive. Now an 8-pitch at bat here. 8th pitch coming to the right fielder. No score here early. Winnipesaukee looking to break the ice. And the at-bat continues. How about this battle between, well, someone that has a lot of experience pitching in a starting role in Jake Garland. He went 6-2 this season, 12 starts with the University of Miami, a 3.99 ERA, 54 strikeouts, and he faces a guy that had a real successful season at the Division I level himself. And the at-bat will continue. Another foul ball here from Corson.
Is he having a hot eye so far? Even though he hasn't gotten any base hits or grounders towards the infield or the out, he's just really been eyeing where the ball has been going towards him, being able to try and wear out Garland as long as he can, as he still has his man on third.
Abrams with a leadoff single to begin the game. Couple of flyouts to center since. Garland looking for one more out to escape the jam. Here comes the 10th pitch of the at-bat, and it's fouled back. We will do it again.
Oh boy. The Division I pitcher versus facing off against the Division I batter, especially in a game like this where both of them have really shown the success, as you said, this past season for their respective teams. Teams looking like they could have gone through in the tournament.
Another 3-2 on the ground and foul. My goodness, one of the most lengthy at-bats here at Cardines Field all season.
I know it's just early, especially in this game, but already you can feel like this probably is going to be that way. I don't know, like, what could the chances be that we'll get something like this again in the game?
This will be the 12th pitch, 6 straight foul balls for Corson. Here it comes. On the ground to second, Beckstein with a slide. To first, and the inning is over. Garland wins the battle. A 12-pitch at bat with a cleanup man, Corson. But crisis averted. We are scoreless as Newport gets its first at bats of the night when we come back.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League.
To the bottom of the first we go. No score here at Cardines Field. Winnipesaukee and Newport for the only time here in Newport this season. Zach Letson, Zach Wilson, and Caden Sharpens here with you. Mentioned with it being the bottom of the first, Newport gets its first ABs here tonight. Let's give you the Newport starting lineup. It is Trent Farquhar. He does the leadoff hitting for Newport as the designated hitter. Alec Makarevich, he saw his 15-game hitting streak come to a close yesterday. He hits second in plays in right. Colton Ledbetter hits third in plays in center. Noah Martinez hits fourth and plays first. Josh Kuroda-Grauer, JKG playing over at shortstop and hitting fifth. Slade Alford hits sixth and plays third. Ben Rounds hits seventh and plays in left. Luke Beckstein back in the lineup. He plays second base and hits eighth. And Jack Scanlon rounds out the order, hitting ninth and doing the catching. They will go up against, as we mentioned, it'll be the righty Chris Flynn out of Roger Williams University. He gets the nod here. Played 5 seasons with the Hawks. He is a college veteran and has a fastball, curveball, slider mix, and has already garnered some experience this summer here with the Muskrats.
Yeah, and Chris Flynn making his second start of the season. Started his season as a reliever for the Muskrats, but in his first start of the season, just about a little less than a week ago against Upper Valley, he did well. He was able to help his team get that walk-off win in the bottom of the ninth against Upper Valley to stay perfect on the year against the Nighthawks, who continue to streak, but Winnipesaukee is still their problem.
Gulls saw those Nighthawks here on Wednesday. It was a doubleheader sweep for Newport, pushed the winning streak to 8 games. First pitch here to Farquhar, popped away.
I mean, talk about a guy that's been sensational at Cardines. The last 6 games, he's not hitting the ball so well. He's batting 133, so he, you know, it's a little bit of a struggle from the plate so far for Farquhar in the last couple of games. But this guy is an offensive player. We've seen what he can do. So I feel like it's only a matter of time that he's going to have a big game here at Cardines.
Another fly out of play. Not a guy that'll sit a lot for these goals. An everyday guy, just like he was at Michigan State. Played in all 54 games with the Spartans, and here he is. He's only sat on 3 games for Newport. Has played in 22. This is 23rd. A .275 average, 2 home runs. Both coming here at Cardines Field. 13 RBIs as well. 0-2 breaks in the dirt for Flynn. Mentioned that he's garnered some experience here already this summer with Winnipesaukee. This is his 7th outing, his 2nd start, 12 innings in the books. 11 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned. 19 strikeouts to go with 7 walks. Able to hold up his swing on the fastball. 91 miles per hour from Flynn. That is really his go-to pitch.
Yeah, and for Flynn, he has really done a lot this past season with Roger Williams. Second team all-conference in the Commonwealth Coast Conference, along with a 2.21 ERA.
And on the hands, now a 3-2 count here. Yep. Sharing the same conference with Dominic Parachi, the Newport NECBL honor roll selection back in week 1. He was the CCC pitcher of the year. Payoff pitch, upstairs, ball 4, and Trent Farquhar, the first batter here for Newport of the night, reaches on a walk.
Yeah, 16th walk of the season for Farquhar. I mean, that is a whole lot of walks. A lot of patience there for Farquhar. Not just a really good contact hitter, but he's also another patient hitter that the Newport Gulls possess.
Well, here's Alec Makarevich. Mentioned that hitting streak came to an end last night in Bristol, but hit his first home run in a Newport Gulls uniform against these Muskrats and drives that into right field. Playing back is Corson to make the catch. Racing back to first is Farquhar. Corson is in right. It is Christian Mercedes in center for the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. Tyler Grodell in left. Left to right across the infield, Brady Day at third base. Ian Battapaglia at shortstop. Cole Abrams at second. Sebastian Muller at first. And doing the catching is Zach DiMatteo for Chris Flynn.
DiMatteo is in his 2nd or 3rd week this summer with the Muskrats as well.
Here's Colton Ledbetter. Looks at ball 1 up and inside. Ledbetter with, Newport scored 2 runs last night. And Ledbetter responsible for both of them. A sacrifice fly in the 6th then an RBI single in the 8th. Gulls falling just short to the Bristol Blues 3-2 out at Muzzy Field. In there for a strike on the off speed. Now 1-1 count.
See Flynn, mostly those fastballs along with the curveballs and maybe some breaking balls as well, especially when we saw that in the first at-bat against Farquhar.
Farquhar with a decent lead off of first, and as I say that, Flynn, the righty, gives a look back over.
Yeah, and this is the type of game that Winnipesaukee not only wants to try and get even with Newport, but try and get themselves a little rebound as they're currently on a 4-game losing streak.
Ledbetter drives it foul now. 1-2 the count. Newport seeing that 8-game winning streak come to a close last night and facing these Muskrats here at Cardines Field for the first time since 2019. And that was a pretty memorable game, a 6-run 9th-inning rally for the Gulls. It was capped off with a 3-run home run by Ryan Tours to win it 9-6. And he fooled Ledbetter there on the 1-2 upstairs, getting him for strike 3. That is an impressive pitch from Chris Flynn. There is 2 away.
Yeah, going 90 miles an hour, a fastball going a little higher than I think Ledbetter was anticipating. Since that fastball coming towards him, thought that it would be in the zone, but Ledbetter did not read it well, and that was going higher than he expected.
Yeah, Ledbetter hasn't struck out in 3 games, so that's his first strikeout since the North Shore game on Monday. So not something that he normally does.
Moving up from the 5th to the 4th spot in the lineup from a night ago is Noah Martinez. Before he can get a pitch, another check over on Trent Farquhar at first.
Well, now that's a second that Flynn has looked over at first, but who's counting?
Martinez, the first baseman out of Central Connecticut State, and greeted with a sharp breaking ball, 72 miles per hour from Flynn in there for a strike. This is game number 18 for Noah. 11 hits, a .224 average, 8 RBIs to go with it after really a season to remember out in the Northeast Conference with the Blue Devils. It's that fastball shot back to the netting. It's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, when I talked to Noah pregame, he was talking about he was really hitting the ball really hard towards the ground. You know, he's been waiting for the home run, and he wants to get some lift on his power that he's been doing, but it's just been going to the ground. So, I mean, it's slowly getting there for Noah, but, I mean, his power is obvious, and you see it in BP.
Seeing where he stands at 224 and his average on the year, you can tell that he's got a lot more to try and get up with it.
That's roped the other way. Tailing, it will go foul down the left field line.
That was just barely a sharp line drive right there from Martinez. Who would have thought that he would have almost had an opportunity to try and get back on the right track, and who knows if even that would have had enough of a distance to bring home Farquhar.
6'5", 235-pound lefty hitter. 15 long balls, 62 RBIs. With Central Connecticut State, that got him a first-team All-NEC selection. Fooled on the breaking ball, strike 3. My goodness, what a nasty pitch from Flynn. And the inning is over. Farquhar's walk is wasted, and we head to the second. No score between Winnipesaukee and Newport here at Cardines Field.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations.
Well, the Maz Donut eating contest, always a good time here at Cardines Field. Quite the tough task. You got to finish a donut, a gargantuan size, in 45 seconds.
It's impossible.
I don't know how it's even attempted.
Right. You got to just do the best you can. It's one of many middle inning promotions that we have here at Cardines. Jake Garland is back out on the mound for Newport. He faces 5, 6, and 7 in this Winnipesaukee order. Pat Roche is the first batter, looking at strike one. And as you can see, Garland ready to go quickly again. Fastball in for a strike quickly, 0-2 to the DH.
Both of his two fastballs just quickly going right in the zone against a man who is also from the ACC in Division I.
Breaking ball in there, strike three. Scanlon knew it before the call was made. And Jake Garland, cool as a cucumber, out number one.
Seemed like he was really trying to go quick on that, trying to dispel whatever rivalry would have probably set up another interesting at-bat, as if his at-bat with Jacob Corson wasn't that crazy enough. But now he's got another Power 5 player to face off.
First punch out of the night for Garland. Here is Brady Day, the third baseman. First pitch in there for a strike. Kansas State infielder from New Hampshire, playing summer ball in his home state, a Hampstead native. And that is roped over to Beckstein at second. Easy play on the one hopper, and there's two away.
Yeah, just a smooth infielder we talked about in the break. I mean, a really nice play to end the inning last time, and just a really, really nice infielder. And you see that just really smooth, efficient, gets it over there. And now Garland's got two quick outs.
2 outs in the blink of an eye. It is now Zach DiMatteo who steps in. Righty catcher for these Muskrats. Looks at a first pitch strike. He had a pretty big moment in game one between these two teams with a 2-run home run in the fourth inning of that game at Robbie Mills. At the time, it gave Winnipesaukee a 4-3 lead. Newport stormed back with 3 runs in a row before the Muskrats put a run on the board, but it was not enough. That ball's over the head of Ledbetter. It'll get all the way near the wall. His throw back in. DiMatteo is standing up with a double here with 1 out.
Well, that was some distance that DiMatteo sent that ball towards. That little hole right there in center field where a tad bit of a hill we can see out from the distance. It almost looked like DiMatteo didn't have too much of enough speed, but he was able to beat out Beckstein eventually. So a 2-out rally here for the Muskrats. Once again, they've got a runner in scoring position.
Hit to the deepest part of the park. You got to look at the replay. No play for Ledbetter to try to catch it on a line. All of a sudden, for a second straight inning, the Muskrats have a runner in scoring position. Here with 2 away is Sebastian Muller. Big cut and a miss for strike one.
Muller been averaging around the 222 batting this season, has 3 RBIs, looking for his 4th here. He's gotten some kicks, he's trying to swing at most times.
Cut on and missed on the breaking ball, and Jake Garland attacking that strike zone. 23 strikes, just 6 balls. Trying to finish his second inning of work in a jiffy.
From Muller, his slugging goes at 250 currently.
Trying to drive in the first run of this game. Over at second is DiMatteo. That shot high and deep into right center field. Makarevich is back, and that ball is on a one-way ticket out of here. Sebastian Muller smokes it to right center field. And the Winnipesaukee Muskrats get it started here in Newport. It's 2-0.
These last 2 at-bats for the Muskrats, they've got the ball going deeper than even I can track. And how about that little salute between DiMatteo and Muller over to their teammates? And what an absolute burst here in the 2-out rally for Winnipesaukee.
Yeah, just kind of like out of nowhere, I feel like Garland was getting just in his groove. I mean, he has his first strikeout this inning, and it was just kind of shocking. And I feel like that's what happened against the Mainers. It was just kind of out of nowhere that the Mainers found some momentum, and now 2-0 on the board in the blink of an eye.
First pitch in for a strike to Ian Battipaglia. For Muller, that is his first home run of the summer. 13th game played. RBIs number 4 and 5. And Winnipesaukee, just as they did in the first matchup between these two teams, the Muskrats have a 2-0 lead.
And for Battipaglia here, one of the few players on the team who was from the Northeast 10 and has some accolades. He's got another teammate from college coming up soon.
St. Cloud State, where he plays his college ball. 1-2 count here to the Winnipesaukee shortstop before the lineup card turns over for the first time tonight. That's driven out into right field. Back there, Makarevich makes the catch to retire the side. But Sebastian Muller, a 2-run home run. That gets the scoring started here in Newport. It is Muskrats 2, Gulls nothing. We head to the bottom of the second.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies.
Back here at Carneys Field, 2-0. The Muskrats with an early lead on the 2-run shot from Sebastian Muller. Gulls looking for an answer. It is Josh Kroda-Grauer who steps in first for Newport. JKG, Slade Alford, and Ben Rounds, 5, 6, and 7 in this Gulls order to try to respond in the same hole that they were in against the Muskrats in the first matchup between these two teams. And out there for his second inning of work, Chris Flynn. He faced 4 batters in the first, and after allowing a leadoff walk to Trent Farquhar, retired the next 3. Cut on and missed on the fastball, 89 miles per hour from the righty.
So after only 1 run combined for the Muskrats yesterday off an RBI single that gave them a temporary lead, just like that, they get 2 runs, and now it's the bottom of the second. Talk a little rebound of the offense.
Watches that in for a strike. It was a 4-1 defeat for Winnipesaukee to Ocean State up the road in Wakefield, Rhode Island. Little 2-game road trip for Winnipesaukee coming down from Laconia before they return back to their home city after tonight's game. That's flown into foul territory, and ranging over to make the play is Muller. Wasn't sure if that was going to be playable or not. Not a whole lot of room in foul territory, but there's out number 1.
Well, Muller, back-to-back plays that he makes between the top and the first, bottom of the second inning. So he's trying to show that he's got the ability to work from the different sides of the field.
Now it's Slade Alford, Newport third baseman. Mississippi State products, one of two in this lineup. Colton Ledbetter making the transfer move over. And Alford just concluding his true freshman season with the Bulldogs. High arc and curveball misses for ball one.
And I see Alford has himself a good season too, also with 11 RBIs for the Gulls, a 253 average, and see he's got rhythm and trying to show it here.
Big swing and a miss. Now a 1-1 count. This is his 24th game here with the Gulls. 253 is average. Zach mentioned the 11 RBIs, 3 home runs to go with them. That is second on this Gulls team. Swung on and missed. Now a 1-2 count to Slate. He had a double in last night's game out in Bristol. That led off the top half of the third inning. Gulls could not drive him in that pitcher's duel battle. 3-2 loss for Newport. That's a line shot. Over on a couple hops to second base. And the play made by Cole Abrams for out number 2.
Almost a bit of a little hesitation from Abrams right there after took probably an unusual bouncer over to him. Even he still made a nice catch and took a bit of a second or two to get it over to Mueller. So now, like that, 2 quickly retired.
2 up and 2 down. It is 5 straight in a row retired for Chris Flynn. And Ben Rounds looking to change that here for the Gulls. Harvard University left fielder. Has a 256 average working for him. This is his 17th game for the Milford, Massachusetts native.
Yeah, Gulls 7-1 when Ben Round gets a hit. So that's always a positive. And if he could get on the board, he hasn't had a hit since that Winnipesaukee game. So if he could get on the board here early, got to get some momentum because I feel like he lost a little bit of that, a little bit of confidence after that home run. But maybe a little hit here could give Garland some momentum going into the next inning.
Yeah, he came off the bench in that game and provided some offense for Newport with that pinch hit single. It was a 1-run thrilling victory for the Gulls up in Laconia.
And to think about how the Muskrats were just pretty close in the bottom of the 9th after Brady Day's home run cut it to a run game. Still looked really tough between both these teams, and looks that way today as well.
That's upstairs to Rounds, and he's ahead 3-0.
Well, if anything, he is looking for his first base appearance since that game against Winnipesaukee. Trying to draw a walk for the first time since the 21st against Keene.
A good spot to do it. Here comes the 3-0. In there for a strike, 88 miles per hour from Flynn. Now a 3-1 count for a guy in Flynn. We talked about it. He plays his college ball right up the road over at Roger Williams University. Pitched 61 innings this past season with the Hawks. And gets a big cut and a miss from Rounds on the fastball.
That's a good rebound from Flynn so far. After he went behind 3-0 on Rounds, he's able to get the next 2 on a strike, both looking and swinging.
Upstairs, ball 4. So there is his first time reaching base since that win over the Muskrats. And Ben Rounds has the second walk of the night for these Gulls and is the second base runner of the night here for Newport.
Well, now we'll see whether or not Newport has the ability to work on a 2-out rally just like the Muskrats did to take the first lead of the game.
Now it's Luke Beckstein hitting in the 8th spot here for Newport. Second baseman out of Northeastern University. Looks at ball 1 upstairs. Beckstein, a 167 average. No homers, 4 RBIs. And did not play in that loss at Muzzy Field last night for Newport. Just looking to keep this second inning going. And now a 1-1 count.
Yeah, see, Beckstein has had a knack for getting himself on base either way over the last 4 games. It's been through either a hit or a walk. And he's looking to try and get himself on base via a hit for the first time since that win against Mystic.
Yeah, 340 on base despite that 167 average. So finding ways in some form or fashion. And that's why Frank Holbrook has inserted him into the lineup here in the 8th spot.
Sure, it's a rebound game that Beckstein's looking for after he went 0 for 2 back on against Upper Valley on Wednesday.
Played in game 2 of that 7-inning doubleheader. And it's another goal out ahead. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Beckstein.
Looks like it's been just about tad hard right now for Flynn as he has been able to get that easy out. I would say after he got the first 2 out quickly, strike zone's been difficult for him to reach lately.
That's out of the zone for ball 4. Back-to-back walks here for Newport. And things have gotten interesting here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. After the first 2 batters retired, 2 on here for Newport. And it is the catcher, Jack Scanlon.
Scanlon going in the bottom of the batting order. But now he's got a chance as the Gulls are in scoring position for the first time tonight. We'll see what they can do off of it. Got 2 runners aboard. And Scanlon, I'm sure this would be a good opportunity for him to try and break out of this little difficult stretch that he has been through lately, having not had a hit in almost a month.
At just 1 for 23, he's looking for his first hit here at Cardines Field this summer. And it'll be a mound visit here for the Muskrats as Gulls, for the first time, have a runner in scoring position here tonight and looking to break through on the scoreboard.
And Flynn's still looking to try and find a way to get back into the strike zone because over these last few at-bats, players like Rounds and Beckstein, he just really hasn't found the strike zone as much as he did against Kuroda, Grauer, and Alford to begin this bottom of the 2nd.
19 strikes, 16 balls for Flynn on the night, 35 pitches in, and trying to finish off his 2nd inning of work without any runs on the board. Popped him up into foul territory, and there won't be a play. Into the seats it goes. It is very limited in terms of real estate down that left field line. And Paglia and Grodell went after it, but not much of an opportunity at all.
Well, that pitch going 89 miles an hour at that time, and you could tell how it just found its way near the zone as Scanlon tried to take a crack after that. But the lefty's still looking to try and drive in a run. He hasn't done anything like that yet this season as well.
That pitch ranging way outside to Scanlon, and another goal is ahead in the count. It is 2-1, and I don't know if it's too early, but you could start to have that concern that he's maybe losing the zone a little bit after back-to-back walks for Flynn, and now another hitter ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, again, it's getting difficult for him to try and make it through this inning with the Muskrats still leading.
2-1. Swing and a miss on the pitch upstairs. Much needed for Flynn. It is a 2-2 count now.
Yeah, if I'm Scanlon, I don't really know how much I'm swinging. He's been struggling to get strikes, especially with his curveball. I don't know how much. I would make him pitch a strike and look at it first before I even swing. But Flynn has been struggling with the strike zone this inning. We'll see if that continues.
7 walks in his first 12 innings pitched this season. That's popped up, shallow into the outfield. May be a play, and there is. Brady Day makes the catch in foul territory, and that retires the side. So Flynn gets out of it. Retires a pair of goals, or rather strands a pair of goals on the base paths, and it is still Winnipesaukee 2, Newport nothing, as we head to the 3rd here at Cardines.
The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year. Each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best.
Welcome you back to Cardines Field. Still a 2-0 Muskrats lead over the Gulls. Glad you could be with us on a Friday night here on the NECBL Network. Zach Letson, Zach Wilson, and Caden Charpentier with you as Newport looks for its 6th straight win at home. Looking to maintain that hold on first place in the Coastal Division. And back out there is Jake Garland. He faces Cole Abrams, who again swings on the first pitch. Slade Alford makes the play. Second time that he's done that. Got a single his first time up. That time not as fortunate.
Well, I can see how the leadoff spots this season for Winnipesaukee. Whoever's been there, it's been Cole Abrams, Matt Alfano, and also Brendan Concannon on occasion. They try to go that quickly to try and get off to a fast start. Whether or not it can go their way or it can go the opponent's way, but they just really have a knack for trying to get things going rather quickly.
Here's Tyler Grodell. He lined out to Colton Ledbetter for the first out of the game. It was a pair of F8s in that first inning. And Winnipesaukee stranded Abrams over at third, but they converted big time an inning later. 2-run home run from Sebastian Muller. And those are the 2 runs in this game. Here's the 0-2 from Garland, just missing outside. The Miami righty working quickly, no surprise about it.
Trying to get a little rebound after giving up that 2-run homer to Muller.
Swing and a miss. Oh, he fooled him. Not the prettiest of swings from Tyler Grodell. And Jake Garland really settling in nicely since that home run. Now 2 strikeouts here tonight.
Yeah, you don't even have time to breathe until Jake Garland throws the baseball. Like, he's already ready to throw the ball, and Mercedes will probably a little bit faster than Grodell. But, I mean, Grodell was barely in the box when Garland was ready.
And he's ready for a first pitch to Christian Mercedes. Look out. Up and tight to the SNHU penman. We had a former Southern New Hampshire University penman up here in the booth just the other week. There's a base hit for Mercedes. Back at Cardines Field. And back with a base hit. I mentioned we had a former SNHU player. It was from the Keene Swamp Bats and their broadcaster. They have a 2-man team that they will send to games, and they'll do an excellent job in the booth.
They sure do. They sure do.
Now it's Jacob Corson. Grounded out to Beckstein, his lone other time up. Looks at ball 1.
Yeah, with Mercedes here on first with 2 out, we'll see if he takes the risk of trying to go steal, because he has a knack for doing that.
Certainly has a lead big enough to go. And there he goes. That's flown. Deep in a left. Back there rounds. He won't get to it. It'll likely be extra bases. Mercedes racing all the way to the plate. He'll score without a throw. It's a 2-out RBI double for Jacob Corson. 3-0 Muskrats.
Well, Christian Mercedes getting that huge jump start after being able to try and steal. Jacob Corson giving him a little more of a benefit as he used the speed that he was already trying to get over the second, and that really helped him well to beat out Rounds, who did not have Alford throw over the home.
He was racing around third by the time that ball had just gotten into the infield. That's the kind of speed Christian Mercedes has. It is the second double for the Muskrats tonight, and it is now a 3-0 advantage as Pat Roche looks at strike 1.
Another 2-out rally for the Muskrats after they did that with Muller, and now they do it here, starting with Mercedes.
Yeah, it's tied for the most hits right now that Garland has given up in a game.
Big cut and a miss. Mentioned it's his 3rd straight Friday pitching here in Newport. Sanford first, then Ocean State, and now Winnipesaukee. And neither of those first 2 had really, I think, had the offensive success, at least this quickly into the game. That's flown out, high and deep into right field. Will it stay fair? It does. It is down in the right field corner. Corson scores. Sliding into second, head first, he's safe. Back-to-back doubles Pat Roche makes it 4-0 Winnipesaukee.
So there has not been any pitch thrown to Roach yet where it's gone for a ball. And here you go again. It's just seems like in the most unexpected spots for Winnipesaukee in this game, they seem to have a theme going against Garland. At first it starts off Garland's way, but then it goes over to the Muskrats' way.
That ball just stayed fair. Roche kind of watched it out of the box. He wasn't sure if it was going to. Of course, our view a little obscured with the warehouse that is right by that right field corner. As you get a look on your screen, it is back-to-back doubles for these Muskrats. Out ahead now 4-0 as that's a rocket off the bat of Day, and that'll fall for a base hit. Fielded by Kuroda Grauer, and he might have saved a run. JKG getting to that ball in the outfield before the left fielder rounds may have kept Roche at third base.
Well, that's pretty fortunate right there. Two-out rally still continues, but Kuroda Grauer just being able to reach that ball just as it went right to the ground, and Day also being able to recognize how that ball was picked up quickly so he doesn't take the risk of trying to make it a 5-0 lead. Instead, he'll just remain put at third, so there's still a chance for more runs for Winnipesaukee.
Now Dan Gosowski, Newport pitching coach, is going to come out and have a little chat with Jake Garland. He has had command of the zone. That has not been the issue tonight. 38 strikes, just 10 balls. Well, the problem is that these Muskrats have stayed patient, waited for the right pitches, and when they've gotten them, they have driven them. A home run, 3 doubles as well. I mean, that's 4 extra base hits already, and we're not even through 3 innings yet.
Yeah, Garland allowed 12 hits in total coming to this game, and he already has allowed 7. It's just kind of shocking just given how dominant he's been. I mean, he was so dominant against Ocean State, 6 innings, just 3 hits, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts for the Miami Hurricanes. So, I mean, this is a little bit interesting.
And not completely out of the woods yet. Got to go through Zach DiMatteo. He had the first of those 3 doubles. Coming in the second inning, that was followed by Sebastian Muller's home run. Not a weak link in this Winnipesaukee order. And DiMatteo looking to keep this inning alive. Winnipesaukie's already got 2 runs across. 2 in the second, 2 more here in the third. For the roadside from Laconia, New Hampshire. Here's the 0-1. That's driven, but it'll go foul. And right off the clubhouse behind Cardines Fields.
Well, that just keeps going on.
That was the 4th hit of the season for DiMatteo. And 2 of them have been pretty important and have come against the Newport Gulls. Home run in game 1 of this season series and a double here tonight already. That misses outside. Now it's 1-2.
Well, Scanlon almost looked like he was anticipating that to be strike 3 as he immediately got up to his feet afterwards.
Yeah, DiMatteo played a pretty important role for Wheaton. He had the 3rd most hits on the team, 2nd most home runs, so there's definitely a lot of power in his bat.
Awaiting a 1-2. Misses again outside on the fastball, 90 miles per hour from Garland. DiMatteo's worked his way back into it.
DiMatteo with that double back in his last at-bat, finding that hole out in center field going past Ledbetter.
Not often that you see a double hit really to the exact straightaway center field. That's driven back up the middle. Beckstein flips to second, and the inning is over. So Newport strands a pair, but the damage is done. It is 2 more runs home for Winnipesaukee. Back-to-back doubles from Corson and Roche. And the Muskrats have a 4-0 lead. Newport looking for some offense themselves when we return.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves.
It's now a 4-0 Winnipesaukee lead. We welcome you back to Cardines Field on a gorgeous night for baseball, low 70s. Glad you could be with us. Zach Letson, Zach Wilson, and Keaton Sharpens here with you. Gulls looking for a 6th consecutive home win, but have their work cut out for them. It is a 4-0 lead, and the top of the order with Trent Farquhar. Squared around a bunt, took it back on the called strike from Chris Flynn, back out for his 3rd inning of work.
Now you can see how the Gulls are just trying to find any way to get on base or make a move, and Farquhar is really trying to get a little something going.
It's one of a couple Newport batters to reach tonight. There's a shot deep to right. And that baby is on a one-way ticket out of here. That's how you respond. Trent Farquhar, for the 3rd time this summer, says adios. And it's a 4-1 game.
Wow. Hasta luego la pelota, as they say in Spanish. What an absolute drive. Way to get the momentum back, too. I mean, no outs, and he just hits a drive. I'm telling you, this guy was due. And Cardines Field, he loves this place here. And it's a lefty-friendly ballpark, and you just see it on display right there.
How about that? Well, we've talked about the unbelievable campaign he's put together here at home. And that's why he's in that leadoff spot. He can be a spark plug. He can get something going. As can the man behind him, Alec Makarevich, the Newport 2-hitter. He does not have a game here at home without a hit. Did not have a game in a Gulls uniform without a hit until last night when the Gulls fell to the Blues in a pitcher's duel battle. That saw the end of what was a memorable start to the season. 15 games in a row that AMAC had a base hit. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Flynn. High arcing breaking ball in there for a strike. How about that?
That reminds me of the pitches that Flynn threw a few innings ago to retire to end the inning against the likes of Ledbetter and Martinez, who he's got coming up next.
1-2 is flown out. Makarevich noted that he had a 15-game hitting streak. Gulls have played in 25 games. He was a later arrival after a memorable season with ECU and could very well hear his name called in the MLB draft. That coming up on July 17th. Has 2 years left of eligibility with the Pirates when you factor in the COVID year. But really helped that Pirates squad get a national seed and host a super regional out in that unbelievable environment in Greenville, North Carolina. Cut on and missed strike 3. Went to the fastball up top. And a response right there for Flynn. He's now got 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, even so, we'll see how Flynn's probably going to do the same thing that Garland has been trying to do in this game, which try and work his way around the runs given up.
Now it's Colton Ledbetter with 1 down in the bottom half of the 3rd. Gulls finally picking up their first hit here tonight on that Farquhar blast. That's blooped, and that'll be hit number 2 for the Gulls. Colton Ledbetter stay hot. He's got another base hit. And the beat goes on. My goodness, the center fielder now has 32 hits on the season, and this just his 26th game.
Yeah, I mean, it's talking about Alec Makarievich streak, and that's his 5th game in a row of getting a hit. I mean, he had 2 last night against Bristol, as Zach alluded to. I mean, man is hot. I mean, he is hot. He knows how to hit the baseball, most home runs on the team, and now the guy that is probably due the most out of any goal right now, Noah Martinez.
It's the big lefty that digs in. Here, 1 down in the 3rd, and he's treated to a breaking ball. Flynn trying to be careful with the middle part of this order with what pitches he's thrown. He has really leaned on that curveball. And it is the pitch that he uses second most in his arsenal, that according to our synergy data. That's a rocket. Fair ball down the line. Rounding second, heading for third is Ledbetter. He'll stay there on the hot shot from Noah Martinez. Goals with runners on the corners here with just 1 out.
I mean, that's exactly what you want. Noah Martinez in the cleanup spot for the first time this season, a rocket, and he gets Ledbetter to third. And now you have JKG, second most hits on the team. This is the guy you want up if you're the Newport Gulls, other than Ledbetter. So you're really getting to Flynn, first time you had in this game. So momentum, tide is turning.
97 miles per hour off the bat for Martinez. Turned into really a hard-hit single, got into that area near the warehouse. Would have been very tough to try to stretch that into a double. Now all of a sudden Newport brings the potential tying run to the plate here. Already 1 run across, looking for more. Kuroda Grauer popped up on the first pitch. Staying on the infield, calling off Muller is Abrams for out number 2.
Even though there looks to be a rally coming up here once again for Newport, they're fortunate to find themselves an out, as Abrams is able to get a good read, being able to overrule Muller on that. So now it's an at-bat where both sides really think they've got the advantage.
Here's Slade Alford, Newport third baseman. Ledbetter on third, Martinez on first here with 2 away. And another high-arcing breaking ball, that 12-6 curve, a beauty.
Yeah, we just continue to establish how that curveball is just the second best thing that Flynn relies on, right next to his fastballs. He's got to do whatever he can here against Alford to try and keep those threats away.
Fastball misses outside. It's reminiscent to what one Newport reliever has in Liam Levangie. He'll also rely on that high-arcing curveball. For Flynn now over the 50 pitch mark, 53 pitches into this outing. Looking to escape the third with just 1 run allowed. Skips in the dirt, and DiMatteo able to eat it up and prevent Ledbetter, the Newport stolen base leader, from attempting to scamper home.
Well, DiMatteo had some good reads in his first few weeks with Winnipesaukee. He hasn't really let that many pitches go past his way, especially when it goes down the path like the one we just saw.
And the 2-1. Fastball driven, high and deep to center. Back is Mercedes, and it's off the wall. 1 run in as Ledbetter scores. Here comes Martinez. And he'll make it in safe. 2-run double, Slade Alford. Goals are excited. It's a 1-run game.
I was just about to allude to, that's his 3rd straight game with the double. So there you go, Slade Alford, an unbelievably clutch hit with 2 outs, and the Newport Gulls out of nowhere. 1-run game with Ben Rounds up. I mean, this is exactly what you want to do. Noah Martinez chugging all the way from first base. You love to see it on the replay right here.
Off that wall in center field. Slade Alford, boy, has he been seeing the ball well. Martinez with a big smile on his face. Colton Freeman out to greet him. These Gulls are having fun. My goodness. After being faced with a 4-run deficit, almost erasing it entirely in 1/2 inning. It's a 4-3 game as Ben Rounds looks at ball 1.
It's the culture, Zach. It's the culture.
It's the culture. That's what Kevin Sider and Logan McGuire will tell you, as you heard from them in our post-game show on Wednesday after the Gulls doubleheader sweep. That's a rocket from Rounds. And a sliding attempt. The catch is made. What a job done by Corson. sliding to make the play and likely keeping a run off the board. An unreal bottom of the third inning. You get another look here on the replay. Sliding catch, Corson getting to it just before it hit the grass, and that brings an end to the bottom half of the third inning. Wow. Gulls will have a pitching change when we come back. It is Newport 3, Winnipesaukee 4 here on the NECBL Network.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. Newport has started to come back into this game after they trailed as much as 4, entering the bottom of the third. 3 runs to the combined 3 RBI effort of Slate Alford and Trent Farquhar, as Winnipesaukee lead has been cut to 1. But after Jake Garland giving up back-to-back 2-run innings, it brings in our new reliever, and it's Ryan Ginther from Vanderbilt University coming onto the mound in relief of Garland.
Yeah, it's Ginther. He makes his third appearance this summer, second out of the bullpen. And after what was a tough starting outing against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks, where he gave up 5 runs, 3 of them earned in an inning and a third, he gave Newport a big outing of scoreless relief last Friday against the Ocean State Waves.
Yeah, so Ginther, who has experience with a start and relief this season, he'll face off against Moeller. And the first pitch is a called strike. Moeller, who had that 2-run homer that brought him and DeMatteo home to put Winnipesaukee up first in this game. And he swings and misses on the next pitch, and quickly the count now 0-2. Ginther making his first appearance since July 1st, made it through an inning against Ocean State with a tough win. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and just like that, Ginther gets a strikeout against Moeller to begin his relief.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That was fast. And I'm not just talking about the fastball. I mean, 3 pitches in the blink of an eye. You cannot drop a better start to an outing if you're Ryan Ginther. And, well, that's important because Winnipesaukee was seeing the ball really well off of Jake Garland, the Newport starter, and we can enclose his line. 3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned with 2 strikeouts.
So now Ian Battaglia comes back up. He flew out to right field his last time up, and he lets the ball go down low for ball 1. Ginther throws, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 1 to even up the count. Battaglia, again, one of the many players on this team from the Northeast 10 with the accolades, won himself first team all-conference as a shortstop, which he represents this season for the Muskrats. Pitch is outside, and the count now 2-1. Ginther from Vanderbilt University, a team that has been notable for showing a lot of success in the tournament, even though Ginther this past season was a freshman. Here's a 2-1. Just hits the low part of the zone, and it's strike 2. Ginther this past season with Vanderbilt. 7 games he played in relief, 12 strikeouts combined, along with 5 earned runs that he gave up. Incoming sophomore from Gallatin, Tennessee. And that one is foul, going right over to us, but thank goodness we got the netting to protect us. And the count's still 2-2. Well,
that'll wake you up, right?
I'd say that's a wake-up call indeed. Here's a 2-2. He gets a piece of that, and that's fouled away out of the field. And Kersplat.
Well, this is important for Ginther. I mentioned that he has a starting appearance on the summer. That was his first outing against the Vineyard. So I would not be surprised with Garland going just 3 innings if you look for some extended relief here.
Well, it seems like there'll be a lot of that as that one is grounded right over to short. Here's a throw from Beckstein over the first in time for out number 2. A 4-3 that Babapiglia grounds it right into as Beckstein and Martinez connect. And that will bring us back to the top of the batting order where Cole Abrams, who has only seen 2 pitches in 2 at-bats so far tonight, as he has swung and made it fair on both of them. Starts off with a base hit to begin this game and a grounder over to third afterwards. So we'll see if he tries to keep it up here. Here's the first pitch, and that's inside for a called strike. So this time he lets the pitch go by him, and it results an 0-1 count.
Yeah, I feel like Ginther came in on a mission. I mean, he's come in, 2 quick outs, and I mean, this is exactly what you want to do. I mean, as Zach alluded to, he started against the Vineyard, he struggled, then he got a rebound performance. I mean, that's kind of what the Gulls been doing as a team. They kept going, determination, and persevere through those tough times, and hopefully Ginther could have a nice little extended outing here.
The 1-1, slapped and fouled. Going right to the Newport dugout. Count now 1-2. Well, Abrams with a lot to prove with Winnipesaukee this season. This past season didn't really do much with UNC Asheville, only 0.45, but right now he's batting .250 with the Muskrats. 1-2. Inside, and that's ball 2. Along with that .250 average coming into this game, Abrams has 5 RBIs, no home runs yet, but has been able to pick up 16 hits. You can see why he finds himself in the heart of the batting order. The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3, and that retires the side. So coming in for relief of Garland, 2 of the 3 outs for Ginther are strikeouts. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the 4th, where it's still 4-3 Winnipesaukee, and we'll see if there's still any more bids for Newport to try and at least tie or take the lead.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round.
We welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the bottom of the 4th inning at Cardines Field, and it's still 4-3 the lead for Winnipesaukee after Ginther coming in for relief of Jake Garland goes 1-2-3 against the Muskrats batters. And Chris Flynn still on the mound for Winnipesaukee. He'll face off against the 8-9-1 batters of Newport, who are looking to try and keep a little bit of theirs going, trailing as much as 4 in this game. He's gotten 3 straight back in the last inning. And the first pitch to Luke Beckstein is inside for ball 1. Beckstein drawing a walk his last time up. Chris Flynn finding himself in some trouble back in the last inning, but fortunate that that line out to Corson was able to preserve the lead for the time being, as that one gets in there for strike 1.
Yeah, you never know when we look back at how this game ends, how big of a play that's going to be. If that ball gets down, Alford's running around third with 2 outs, likely scores, and we got a tie game.
Yeah, it's all about the defense that we've seen most of the season for Winnipesaukee, and both sides really know what it's like. The curveball that's popped in the air, this could be playable. No, it's just going to go right into the benches. And just fortunate to miss the fans as the count now runs 1-2. Almost looked like the Mario had a chance to try and pick that up, but at the last second, just went out of his reach and going over the dugout. Beckstein from Northeastern University. A lot of players in this game who have come from that college. Like Jack Thorban, not a starter today for Winnipesaukee, was a starter yesterday for them. Here's the 1-2. Outside on the curveball, the count now even at 2-2. Again, you see more of those curveballs coming from Flynn. Seems like there's been more of that lately for him than the fastballs. Shows that more often, but he likes to change it up on a whim because he has been completely reliant on both of them. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that retires Beckstein for another strikeout for Flynn, make it 4 on the day.
Yeah, zip that fastball. It's really been fastball, curveball. That's kind of been the MO for Flynn on the mound. And, well, outside of that third inning, it's worked well. He's got to try to get back to what was working for him in those first 2 innings, and he'll be in good shape.
Yeah, again, you can tell how both of the starting pitchers today for Newport and Winnipesaukee responding to the type of runs that their opposing teams have been putting up. So now we return to the bottom of the batting order. Jack Scowling coming up. The Oregon catcher. First pitch. Fouls that one away. Fastball, and it's count 0-1. Scanlon just about looking the same this past season with Oregon as he is right now this summer for Newport after he batted 131 in 22 starts for the Ducks, picking up 13 RBIs to go along with it. Scanlon found himself with runners on first and second and 2 out, but could not bring in those runs back in the second inning. Here's the 0-1. Takes that fastball right down the middle, and it's strike 2. So like I say before, that has been mostly curveballs here for Flynn. Now he's going back to the fastballs again. Scanlon, who fouled out to third. Brady Day just found a little space to make that crucial catch. Here's the 0-2. That one's hit hard out deep to right field, and that ball is off the wall. Scanlon is going to stay at first to make it a 1-out single.
There you go, Jack. First hit here at Cardines Field this summer for Scanlon, and it's a feel-good moment because this is a guy that, while the numbers have not been there to back it up, he is a powerful lefty with a lot of pull power, and he can score up the ball well, and that's exactly what you saw right there with that ball getting off the wall. This just looks like a completely different Gulls offense these last 2 innings.
So another potential rally here for the Gulls as they got the game-tying run at first, Trent Farquhar, who had that home run to begin the last inning. And he swings on the first pitch and it fouls it opposite. So Farquhar's 1 for 1 so far after his first at-bat was a full count walk to begin the bottom of the first for the Gulls. I can really see every time there's games like this that happens, it's a team that finds himself behind first trying to claw their way back. It just makes games like this really fun to watch. The 0-1 upstairs, and it counts even at 1-1. Again, Flynn showing those fastballs, but still looking to try and make sure that he can find his way towards the strike zone. All about being able to put yourself up with that grip. The 1-1 fouls it again. The count now 1-2.
I mean, how big is that hit by Scanlon? I mean, that's bottom of the order. Now you get top of the order with Farquhar. We had a home run last time, only 1 out, and you got Makarevich up next. I mean, this is a massive moment for the Gulls again early in the game.
You can see how the runs and the hits have been starting to go neck and neck. Still 4-3 the lead for Winnipesaukee, and now 7 hits for the Muskrats and 5 for the Gulls. The 1-2. Again, it's upstairs, and now the count's even again. It's even at 1, and now it's even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Newport trying to show threat again. Here's a 2-2. Swings and he grounds that one and fouls it towards the Winnipesaukee dugout. Count still where it is. You can tell, it's probably hard to tell about whether or not you can say what dugout it is because it's one of those fields that have a rare look between the dugouts where they're just right next to each other rather than being on different sides of the field from each other.
Yeah, hockey style. That's how we like to call it. I don't think you'll find many places where you got dugouts on the same side and both teams sharing the bullpens.
That one's lined out deep to center field. Mercedes looking back, and it's off the wall. Scanlon's running around third, and it looks like that's where he's going to stay put. And a big double for Farquhar. He finds himself with another hit in this game, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Gulls.
Does this guy like playing at Cardines Field or what? I mean, that thing was tagged. That could have left the yard. This guy has a flaming hot bat in Trent Farquhar. Look at this baby go. I mean, that nearly got out of here maybe it does if it's not hit to the deepest part of the park. There's not enough adjectives for what Trent Farquhar brings to this club, especially as the leadoff guy in the lineup. He's the spark plug, and everyone else in the lineup really goes after it. He really sets the table.
So now a big chance here is Makarevich, who was over to the beginning of this game. With his first hit of the game, it could put Newport up. Here's the first pitch. A breaking ball outside, and it's ball 1. Well, that double for Farquhar out center field looked just about the same type of place that Slate Alford got against Mercedes when he was able to bring home 2 runs in Ledbetter and Martinez. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs, and it's ball 2. So there may not be a double play opportunity here for Flynn. Just looking to try and get through this inning as he once again finds himself in trouble. Here's a 2-0. Takes it down low, and it's ball 3. Now the strike zones have been really hard for Flynn to come by here as the game continues to progress. We'll see whether or not we may start to get some action in the Muskrats bullpen, as we've already started to see it happen just before for Newport when Ginther came in for Garland. The 3-0. And that's ball 4. And the bases are loaded with 1 out.
And I think it's just, you got to think about the command, right? Because Makarevich, as great a hitter as he is, I don't think you'd want to put him on and load him up here for Colton Ledbetter, that's for sure. You got to look here at the Winnipesaukee bullpen. And there is an arm warming up for the Muskrats.
So we'll see what happens as Colton Ledbetter, who had that single his last time up, looking to try and at least tie or take the lead here for Newport. First pitch, just upstairs, and it's ball 1.
It is Adam Maher who's out there in left field in that bullpen, and great job by our production crew getting us a look.
A very unusual position, as Maher has shown himself to be a starting pitcher for Winnipesaukee this summer. Here's the 1-0. That one's hit out deep to left field. This could be a run coming in. And chasing after that one is Grodell. He'll make the catch. Runner goes. Here's the throw over to home. Day over to third. Oh, it's off of the hat. They're going to say that is safe. So a sacrifice fly ties this game.
Yeah, Scanlon, the catcher, hustling and bustling around third. And that was a fairly close play. He slides in feet first off of his helmet. Luckily, he's all right. That can, of course, be a scary play as the relay, not a bad one from Brady Day, but it's right off of that back part of his helmet. Scanlon wears it, and maybe a little bit of a break that it goes off of Scanlon because that allows Makarevich and Farquhar to move up easily 90 feet.
Yeah, 27th RBI on the season for Colton Ledbetter. I mean, that's 3rd sacrifice fly of the season. It's most on the team. And now you have Noah Martinez, who had a nice little base hit last time up.
So now Martinez, can he do it again? That would be a game go-ahead play. First pitch up high, and it's ball 1. You know, the fact that ball went from Day over to the Matteo, the helmet getting in the way, it's quite unusual. The pitch, and that's fouled. Nice power on that from Martinez, but can't keep it fair. Count now 1-1.
Hey, he's got a lot of pop in that bat. We've mentioned the anticipation, still looking for that first home run in a Gulls uniform, but you can certainly see the flashes. You can see him put it together at bat by at bat, especially with that single that he had for Newport back in the 3rd.
Yeah, you can really see how he's trying to keep the power going, especially if he wants to put his team up. He swings and misses on the fastball, and the count now 1-2. So Flynn's looking to try and reestablish where he likes to throw those pitches. Those fastballs that go right down the middle, and probably one where it could be a position that the batters may not be expecting too much. 2 runners in scoring position, 2nd and 3rd. That is Makarevich at 2nd, Farquhar at 3rd. Count 1-2 and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fouled. Going a little high. Martinez chases after that one to stay at the plate. Flynn just really found himself with a bases loaded jam and trying to hope that one run could be the worst case scenario for him. The game is currently tied up right now with the go-ahead run at 3rd. And the pitch. A little piece of that from Martinez to keep it still at the plate. He's gone through 5 pitches now. The count remains at 1-2. So maybe starting to feel like there's maybe a little similar action, the same way we got between Corson and Garland early in this game. See how Martinez is going to try and keep himself at the plate, try and put his team ahead. Again, the 1-2. And that's upstairs. Good read from Martinez. The count is even.
Yeah, if nothing else, you want to force him to labor here a little bit. You never know how far Flynn will go. This could be his last batter, but he's worked. He's up over now over that 80 pitch mark tonight.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming from Martinez. And here it is. And just a quick hold right there from Martinez. And now the count runs full. Almost a little movement from Martinez, thinking about trying to swing it at the last second, recognized how that ball was going below the zone. And he's been able to keep that 1-2 and move it over to 3-2. Now the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Here's the payoff. And that's ball 4. And another situation with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
That's just a great at-bat by Noah Martinez. You know, he falls behind 0-2. He fouls a couple potential strike 3 pitches off, stays with it. I think that's just what you want to see from the middle part of your order. This is such a dangerous order, not a lot of holes 1 through 9, not really any. So if you can put another duck on the pond and give yourself an opportunity to drive them in, you're all for that if you're the Gulls.
So now Kuroda Grauer, who's the only Gull who hasn't gotten on base yet today, if he can do it here, then Newport will have the lead. Here's the first pitch. And that's right down the middle on a curveball for strike 1. Kuroda Grauer is 0 for 2, and he popped up to second his last time up. It was a big one for Flynn, even though afterwards Slate Alford got that 2 RBI double to cut the lead for Winnipesaukee. The 0-1. Another curveball. This one hits the dirt, and it's ball 1. This is a big at-bat here between Flynn and Kuroda Grauer.
Yeah, 87 pitches now for Flynn. Would have to start thinking, you know, here we are in a summer league in the New England League. He's got to be nearing the end.
The 1-1. That's a fastball. It goes right down the middle for strike 2. And once again, Flynn finds himself with the batter down 1-2. Had that against Martinez, but couldn't get him out. So we'll see what he does here against JKG. Flynn's got 4 strikeouts in this game, looking for his 5th. And he almost got it. Oh, it goes off the dirt. Runner comes over to home, and that is going to come in. And Newport takes the lead.
That's hustle. Trent not wasting any time. I mean, the instincts were fantastic. And that's the exact kind of bounce where a guy can come home and score here at Cardines Field. It's a lot harder if it gets straight to the backstop on a ball that, you know, a fastball, who knows if it takes a carom off the back, it's tough. But it's those that are mismanaged behind the plate, the softer pitches. And when you got a speedster like Farquhar, it can make all the difference. What a job here by Newport. I mean, 5 unanswered runs after you fall behind 4-0.
So now they have the lead. Looking to try and do more. This goes upstairs. Count 3-2. And now these pitches for Flynn to DeMatteo have not been completely communicative. This pitch is starting to go a little far away. Had that not gone past DeMatteo, this game could still be tied. Here's the payoff. That one's popped up in the air and fouled. DeMatteo looking to get a read on that, goes out of his reach. Seems like these opportunities for Winnipesaukee have been getting away from them, and they have not really been fond of that. It seems like over these last few games when Winnipesaukee has had the answers, they haven't really been able to hold on to it. The momentum just eating away from them. Again, the payoff. And that's ball 4. And the bases once again loaded for the 3rd time here in the bottom of the 4th.
Patience, patience, patience. There's no need to be aggressive if you don't have the opportunity to be aggressive. And you see Ramos coming out here. I think this is going to do it.
Yeah, Chris Flynn just not getting the opportunities that he has wanted lately. It's been really hard for him ever since he started off this bottom of the 4th with a strikeout against Beckstein. It's been those hits and those walks that he has given up, and indeed, that will do it for Chris Flynn. So Adam Maher coming to the mound. We'll have a quick break as Maher gets himself warmed up with the bases loaded, and Slate Alford coming up to the plate once again. We'll be back.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Pending this at bat and this bottom of the 4th inning for Newport. The final line for Chris Flynn on the night, 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 walks that he has given up, striking out 4 batters, and so far has given up 5 runs. So now Adam Marr, who's been used as a starting pitcher this summer for Winnipesaukee, comes in as a reliever and looking to try and just clean up the mess left by Chris Flynn. He's got Slate Alford to worry about, who had that 2 RBI double back in the last inning, and we'll see who's got the ability to try and keep this game in their favor.
Yeah, he's not a guy that you can miss your spot against, or he can really square it up. I mean, we saw that just last inning.
Yeah, Maher, the lefty, facing off against Alford, the righty. So Maher getting set. We'll see what he does here to avoid the disaster left by Flynn. Quick one, that's grounded right over to third, and it goes past him. That goes a throw over to second, not in time. And just like that, an infield hit for Slate Alford to continue the run party here in the bottom of the 4th for Newport. Now they make it 6-4 to lead.
Just got to hit him where they ain't. I mean, he just finds the perfect gap here on the left side of the infield. Good play by Winnipesaukee, and his only chance, it was a slim chance, but his only chance was to go to second with it. Can't get the speedster JKG, though. I mean, that's a lot of speed running to second and on to the next. Everyone up a station. Still bases loaded.
So now here's Benson Rounds, who lined out to Corson his last time up. It was a big save for Winnipesaukee to maintain their lead at that point. First pitch is in the dirt. Oh, it goes past Mario. Another wild pitch brings in the run.
I mean, how about these Newport Gulls? I mean, they take advantage of the opportunities that presented to them. I mean, DiMatteo, tough situation. Maher comes in. I mean, the Newport Gulls right now, 7 unanswered runs. 7 unanswered runs. They were 7 hits to 0 just a couple innings ago, and now it's tied in hits. I mean, the Newport Gulls, we've talked about it, character, culture, identity. This team knows how to come back, and they're doing it right now in front of our eyes.
So the count is now 1-0 on Ben Rounds. Maher just can't escape. But neither of those runs is the one that he gets credited with. It's the credit to Chris Flynn. Here's the next pitch, and that's inside ball 2.
Yeah, if Rounds can reach, that'll be every batter to the plate has come up here for Newport, including Rounds. Gulls will have batted around with Beckstein leading this inning off.
2-0 coming up to Rounds. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That was a pitch that Maher just really needed to try and get himself still 1 out away from avoiding more disaster for Winnipesaukee. Again, this is Maher's first relief appearance of the season. Still some choices in relievers for Ramos, but he decides to have his starting pitcher take the reins here midway through the game. Made his last start back on the 30th against Newport. That 6-5 loss. That one's grounded right over to second. Picked up by Winnipesaukee. Gets a throw over the first in time, and that will finally get through this inning. And the Newport Gulls have taken a 7-4 lead as we now head to the 5th inning here at Cardines Field. And we'll be right back.
The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 20.
Well, Winnipesaukee had the momentum to begin this game and now has suddenly shifted back over to the home team after the Muskrats scored the first 4. Newport has scored the next 7. And Ryan Ginther still at the mound for the Gulls. He takes on Christian Mercedes, and we'll see what happens here. If Newport can maintain this momentum they have, or if Winnipesaukee could try and fight back. It's actually Tyler Grodell that's up, and the first pitch to him is a swing and a miss. Grodell, the only one of the 2 Muskrats who haven't gotten on base yet. Along with him, it's also Winnipesaukee. The 0-1 in the dirt for ball 1. Grodell from Mount St. Mary's, trying to play an impact as well this summer for Winnipesaukee. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. Just looking for a confirmation, and they say he did not go around. Held himself, and now the count is 2-1. Pretty close one right there, so now seeing as how the pitching has started to wade for Winnipesaukee, they need to try and get some answers. As that one is outside, and the count now 3-1.
Now it's a long time to wait for Ryan Ginther coming in and firing that scoreless 4th inning, and then a long bottom of the 4th inning. Be interesting to see how that time off affects his performance.
Here's the 3-1. Foul tip from Grodell and goes away from Scanlon. The count now runs full. Grodell, he has drawn 8 walks this summer. He's picked up 12 hits. His batting average currently at .211. Here's the payoff. And that's strike 3. Grodell thought it was ball 4, but the ump says that he is caught looking. And that's a 3rd strikeout for Ginther. 1 gone.
Dropping that fastball low in the zone, and I mean, it has all been working for Ryan Ginther since entering this game. I mean, we mentioned that tough start against the Vineyard. He's really put that behind him. He's looked like a different pitcher these last 2 outings out of the pen.
Here's the first pitch to Mercedes, and he takes it for a called strike. Ginther working well in the reliever spot after he was quickly down 3-1 against Grodell. He's able to get the next 2 pitches on strikes. Here's the 0-1, down low, and it's called strike 2. Mercedes with a single his last time up, had a chance to steal, but that steal turned into an RBI double from Corson. And a swing and a miss. Mercedes goes down quickly, and 3 straight strikeouts for Ginther, 2 gone.
He's unhittable right now. I mean, not just getting outs, getting them efficiently and getting them right in the batter's box. I mean, no contacts even being made. He is attacking with that fastball.
So with quickly 2 out, that's Jacob Corson now who comes back up. Corson had some reignition for him, and the first pitch is called to him a strike. Corson 1 for 2, and RBI double his last time up to bring home Christian Mercedes. Again, it was that pitch that Mercedes tried to steal second on, but instead of a stolen base, it was him rounding over to home. Corson swings and misses, and the count now 0-2. You could tell how Ginther's wasting no time against these batters, forcing those strikes on them. A little quick rebound after he quickly went down 3-1 against Rodell. And that's quickly strike 3, and like that, Ryan Ginther strikes out the side. So we are through, so we get down to the bottom of the 5th inning as Newport still leads Winnipesaukee 7-4.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year. Each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye.
We now head to the bottom of the 5th here at Cardines Field. And with Ryan Ginther coming in his 2nd inning of relief, it's him that's been able to give Newport the momentum. His first pitch quickly over to Beckstein is swung on and fouled. Ginther has really been able to show the hot hand against Winnipesaukee, and it's probably because of him that the momentum for the Gulls have really centered around him, and the batters have been really probably taking a lesson, even though probably different sides of the field you could take out. The 0-1 is in the dirt, it's ball 1.
Yeah, it's one thing to give 2 innings of shutout relief. It's another thing to just look absolutely untouchable. I mean, that's what Ginther's done, facing the minimum, and 5 of those 6 outs via the strikeout.
Yeah, really see how it's really something to watch for as these pitchers already for Newport has got something going. Ginther from Vanderbilt, even though he wasn't with the team a few years ago when he made all the way to the College World Series, he's just really shown how he looks like somebody that could have been there as well. Another foul ball. Count now 2-2.
Yeah, that championship pedigree, Tim Corbin and company, it rubs off on everybody. And Ginther getting that freshman experience there, bringing it up here, and this is as impressive as he's looked this summer.
You're helping a Newport team that has the lead in the Coastal Division. The 2-2. In there, first strike 3. The first strikeout of the night for Adam Marher. He's able to start this bottom of the 5th flawlessly. 1 gone.
Just able to paint just barely on that outside part to get Beckstein a little bit of a surprise, but much needed to begin this inning.
Well, we'll need that going forward as Jack Scanlon now comes up to bat. He began the last inning, the cascade of the runs for the Gulls by getting a 0-2 single for Scanlon with those rare hits on the season, being able to muster one up. It really was being that quite a boost for Newport. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Looked like he was trying to pull off the same type of move that he did against Flynn. See if he's got any answers as he's now facing a lefty. Here's the 0-1. Check swing, he didn't go around. Count runs even. Good call one right there by the Pac-12 man.
Yeah, Jack getting his first hit in Newport this summer, second of the summer. Really just a frozen rope out there to right off of the right field wall here at Cardines.
Even though it didn't give him too much of a speed to try and move over to second. Their curveball, it's upstairs. Count now 2-1.
He showed that hustle, though, on that Ledbetter sac fly, able to get his way to home plate, and that really was the spark plug back in that fourth inning. Scanlon starting it off with a hit. All nine hitters for Newport came up in that frame.
Well, either way, with both of those plays, he still was able to run a well 90 feet towards his intended destination, the 2-1. That one's popped up in the air. That's going out deep to center field. Mercedes chasing after that one right near the wall, and he jumps to make the catch. Going close to the wall, but Mercedes with a great read on that. He's been at center field for most of this summer, and like that, two have gone by.
Yeah, Christian Mercedes has been busy out there. When you talk about the double by Slade Alford, the double by Trent Farquhar, and then that baseball from Scanlon, which nearly had the distance to at least be a wall ball and get off the wall. Just, again, another good piece of contact for Scanlon, but it won't show up in the stat sheet.
So here's Farquhar, who has had the hot swing his last two at-bats, responsible for helping put up this rally for the Gulls. Takes the first pitch outside for ball one. For Marr, only one game this season where a decision was made, and that was a 10-5 win for his team against Upper Valley back on the 17th. Made through 6 innings, giving up 6 hits and 3 runs. So 3 of 4 games that he has pitched, the Muskrats have been able to pick up wins, as that one hits the low part of the zone for a called strike. So Marr has had some ability against his teams respectively, especially when he had also a good outing against North Shore back on the 24th. For 4 innings, 3 hits and 1 run given up. Swinging a foul ball. Count now 1-2. So Marr wasn't really a particular good start for him as a reliever. Of course, he wasn't used to that since that was only the first time he has done that this season. Giving up that infield hit to Slate Alford along the wild pitch that brought home Martinez, probably Makarowitz. It's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And 2 strikeouts from Marr here, as that will give him a 1-2-3 inning and keep this game a 3-run lead for Newport, as we will now head to the 6th at Cardines.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
The law firm of Haller & Sage is proud to partner with the Newport Gulls for a season-long and, dare I say, epic battle for the Haller & Sage Cup. The Newport Gulls, the Mystic Schooners, the Bristol Blues, the Danbury Westerners, and the Valley Blue Sox are all in contention for the title. Haller & Sage is proud to support the NECBL teams and the Aquidneck.
We now enter the 6th inning here at Cardines Field. Zach Wilson along with Zach, 2.
The Zach tandem. We got 3 Zachs across the league, of course. Zach Wilson, Zach Letson, myself, and then Zach Austin up the road with the Ocean State Waves.
Yeah, it is quite something here in the state of Rhode Island these last 2 days to see these 3 Zachs bringing you baseball in the NECBL. The first pitch to Roach is inside for a called strike. Roach was an RBI double his last time up, bringing in the last run of the game for Winnipesaukee as Roach swings and misses on that count 0-2. Ginther showing no signs of slowing down, been really working it from top to bottom. 5 strikeouts in relief and make it 6. As he swings, actually that was Cole Palmieri who's coming in to pinch hit for Roach, but doesn't do anything different as hot relief for Ginther continues.
I mean, this is getting ridiculous now. You're talking about 5 strikeouts in a row, 6 to 7 batters. I mean, he's really working like a closer right now. This is exactly what Newport needed out of the pen.
And it continues as Day lets that one go right down the middle for strike 1. Day, who had a base hit his last time up. See if he can try and end this little drought that Winnipesaukee has against Ginther. He flies that one out, and it's fouled, 0-2.
Now, baseball's an interesting game. Winnipesaukee offensively started this game about as well as you could want. You get the 2-run home run in the second. You get 4 straight hits, including back-to-back doubles in the third. And now you've struck out 5 times in a row.
That pitch goes outside. The count now 1-2. Again, I just said before, Ginther showing like he was somebody who could have been with this Vanderbilt team when they went to the College World Series. Why don't he get a time machine to go back in time? That one hits down low, and it's ball 2. Evens up the count.
And you got 17 for Newport against 17 here for Winnipesaukee.
He's really got that southpaw working. The 2-2, another foul ball. Here's some more stats you'd like to know about Ginther to explain how he's really had this hot hand throughout most of the summer. The in-state product, attending Station Camp High School in Henderson, ranked the 5th best overall prospect, according to Perfect Game, in the state of Tennessee, and a top-ranked left-handed pitcher as well. Not to mention 13th best southpaw nationally. He's got all the stats, and now I'm really starting to see how that is no exaggeration.
Yeah, it's all coming to fruition here tonight. We've seen the buildup. We saw the scoreless inning of relief he had last Friday, but this is new territory.
He has a lot that I've seen Winnipesaukee face off against this season as a swing and a foul. Almost thought that was a foul tip right into Scanlon, but Brady Day gets another chance at the plate.
I mean, this might be the first guy that has even gotten 2 balls in a count. It's 28 strikes out of 36 pitches, 8 balls. I mean, ridiculous stuff.
Well, the last Muskrat to try and work anything against Ginther was Tyler Grodell when the count was full when he struck out, looking. Again, the 2-2, and that one's laced out to center field. A quick read by Ledbetter makes the catch. So now the retired goes over to 9 straight.
I mean, this man is absolutely locked in. I know he made some hard contact on that right there, but I mean, fire up that BBQ because this man's cooking right now. He's rolling. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's really just night and day between his first outing and right now. It's just amazing character and his ability to kind of overcome adversity, and you see it right now just coming to fruition.
Zach DeMaio lets that first pitch go down low for ball 1. Well, I could have imagined that if this is really what Ginther has, he could have had more of a chance to play some meaningful games this past season with the Commodores. But he'll have more time for that. That pitch is inside, and the count now 2-0. Of course, there are a lot of other pitchers for Vanderbilt, probably still those from the team a few years ago, again, that made it to the finals of the CWS.
Yeah, the NECBL is really a great platform for guys that maybe didn't have a ton of experience pitching the year before to earn that experience. You get experience in the summer, and if it goes well for you, then you have a brand new resume to present for your head coach back at school. Say, hey, look what I did this summer in a premier summer league. This is not just any summer league here in the NECBL, and it's what happened with Ocean State's Travis Honeyman last year.
2-1 is popped in the air out to right field. Makarevich looking after that one right near the wall, and he makes the catch. So even though the strikeout run for Ginther ends, it doesn't stop as him being able to put up yet another 1-2-3 inning. As we now head to the bottom of the 6th, it's still 7-4 Newport.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras.
We're now in the bottom of the 6th here at Cardines Field, and as Newport still holds on to a 7-4 lead against Winnipesaukee. At first, this was Winnipesaukee with their offensive game, but now, just like that, it has suddenly shifted over to not just the offense for Newport, but the Ryan Ginther game as Adam Maher up for another inning of relief. The first pitch is a swing and a miss to Makarevich. Again, the thing about how Ginther didn't have too much time as a freshman this past season with Vanderbilt, and yet this is only his 3rd game in relief for the Gulls. Seeing as what he has done, I say he deserves a lot more time than what he has so far this summer. Another swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, and I think he's making a really good case right now. It's Coach Holbrook, Gosofsky, and Regan about just, I mean, this Gulls team, they have a staff. This is a staff that's established starting pitching and relief pitching as well.
Here's the 0-2, and that one hits the dirt. This time Makarevich does not chase after that. The count now 1-2. Once again, you see Maher facing off against Newport the same way he did in that 6-5 loss last week. Seeing what he can do this time around. He has allowed runs, but neither of them he has gotten credit for, as those runs were put up from Chris Flynn. So Maher getting set now. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. That hits the dirt, and DeMaio will get the throw over the first to confirm the strikeout. So it looks like Maher is trying to get a little page out of Ginther's playbook, and despite that little rough start to his relief for Chris Flynn, he's been able to go smoothly afterwards.
Yeah, he's taken the baton from Flynn about as well as you could have. You're talking about now 1 2/3 innings. He's yet to give up a hit. 3 Ks along the way, 6 straight outs here out of the bullpen.
Half the batters that Maher has faced have been struck out by him, 2 of them swinging and 1 looking. So here's Colton Ledbetter with a sacrifice fly his last time up to tie the game. Here's the first pitch. He hits that one out deep to right center field. Mercedes tracking after that one near the wall, and it's off the wall. Happens for the 3rd time tonight for Newport, and a 1-out double for Ledbetter.
Yeah, Corson lost that ball in the lights. He had no idea where it was. Mercedes, who had a better beat on it, tracked it back, but you're not going to get that one when Colin Ledbetter just put a ton of the barrel of that bat on the baseball and just off the wall, kind of over the head of Mercedes. Little awkward play by the outfield there, just kind of maybe a miscommunication, not sure where the ball was, but just another job, real solid contact by Ledbetter, and that's really been his MO all season.
So now Maher comes up. So now Maher will face off against Martinez as the Gulls once again have a runner in scoring position. They didn't have anybody in the last inning. See what Maher does here to try and keep it a 3-run game. That one's lined over the right. That stays fair. And looks like that will bring home Ledbetter. And Martinez will stay put at first, and back-to-back pitches lead to back-to-back hits and increases Newport's lead to 4.
Hey now, Noah Martinez is hot. I don't know if it was the pregame interview with Caden. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was, but I mean, this guy is seeing the ball real well at the plate. That's real reminiscent of that single that he had down the line back a few innings ago. That one staying a little further fair, but again, just getting it right in the center of that barrel. That's the key. Just drove it well, and Newport a big insurance run.
So now JKG comes up. Drew a walk his last time up. We'll see what he can do to try and add to, once again, another carousel most likely as he takes the first pitch on a curveball. Count 0-1. Now here's something I have noticed about the outfield between center and right field, where all of those ads are. Is it me or does that part look like the wall seems a bit different than everywhere else? Seems like it's got a different movement.
Yeah, it bends back once you get where towards right center field is, where we have our 348 sign, and that light pole in right center field is in play by that wall.
Yeah, I can see that is inside the ballpark. Grounds right, off of Maher. Can he get the throw over the first just in time as that advances Martinez over the second. Maher will start with the 1-3, 2 gone.
Yeah, this Muskrats infield is going to make sure that he's all right. You get a look at the replay here. Ouch, that is right off the, looks like the thigh of Maher, and stuck with it, able to get the play. And I think getting his body in the way there, he probably saves a base hit.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Kurt Grauer is fast in his own right. And, I mean, he was able to really just, even with that really line drive at his leg, he was able to recover and fire to first for an out. Now you got 2 outs. Slade Alford, I mean, we talked about Slade Alford right now. I mean, he's been clutch. He's got 2 RBIs today, and you got a runner in scoring position in Martinez.
Yeah, and Alford, who's been able to pick up hits his last 2 at-bats, has combined for 3 RBIs in his last 2 at-bats to go along with that. We'll see if he can try and extend it here to continue an impressive performance the same way his teammate Martinez is doing tonight. Here's the first pitch to Alford. He fouls that one behind. Again, the net to protect us. Count 0-1. Slay Alford. Seems that type of name sometimes gets me thinking about Al Horford for some reason, because you get the Al and the Ford. You put them together and you get Slade's last name.
I love that.
The 0-1 in the dirt, and a good block right there by DeMaio, as this time he doesn't let a ball get past him. Count now even at 1.
Maybe my day, Zach.
Yeah, we got Caden, our resident Celtics fan, here in the booth. And here we are in New England. So, listen, I can understand it. I totally get it.
And it's a pretty cool name, too.
It is.
Slade is a pretty cool name.
It is a cool name. A lot of cool names on this bunch.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, you talk about Kinther being a Vanderbilt player whose team went to the College World Series a few years ago, and now Alford, whose team won it last year. A little carousel from Mississippi over the last 2 seasons, as that one's lined over the left and goes foul. Count now 1-2. So Slade Alford showing power here this summer. Seems like he's got the ability to show off same way as his teammate has pulled them from the SEC. Really one of the most dominant conferences in college, especially in baseball, and we've seen that happen for a while. It's amazing how many of these players get their shining moments, especially in leagues like this. In Northeast, boasting one of the best collegiate baseball leagues ever. NECBL and Cape Cod, one of the best. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. Once again, DeMaio right on the task. Count now even. Deuces now run wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. So Deuces running wild, probably a little more this time. Could be even more crazier if there was 2 men on. And the 2-2. That one's laced into right field, and that's a fair ball. And that'll bring home Martinez. Another run coming in, and the throw over to second. He got him. So both sides get what they want, an out for Winnipesaukee and a run for the Gulls. And now that will end it here in the 6th inning as Newport extends the lead. They're now up 9-4 against Winnipesaukee. And we will head over to the 7th at Cardines Field, where it's the other Zach that goes back on the play-by-play.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners, and then
we head to the top half of the 7th inning. 7-4 Newport on top, and Ryan Ginther remaining on the mound. First pitch, flown out, shallow in the outfield, a sliding play, and an out. Josh Kuroda-Grauer sliding and making the play there in shallow left field. He's having a good laugh. Rather, that was Alford that actually came up with it. Get a look at the replay here. Alford. Oh, man. Enjoying a good laugh about it, and JKG ended up sliding, and Alford made the catch. Out number 1 off the bat of Sebastian Muller, and a big one. The 8-hitter who had a home run in the 2nd inning is retired for the first out. And here's Ian Battapaglia. Fouls the first pitch back.
Well, it seems like there has been some contact now for Winnipesaukee with the bats, but that's an excuse to the fact that Ginther has still been able to be completely dominant in his relief appearance, has retired 11 straight batters.
He has been on a roll since entering this game. On the ground, Beckstein. 2 gone. I mean,
wow.
Just spectacular stuff for Ryan Ginther. This is his 3rd inning of work. 4th inning now. 3 2/3. And he has not given up a hit. 6 strikeouts, 34 strikes, just 10 balls. He has taken the baton from Jake Garland in the best way possible. Top of the order, it's Cole Abrams who looks at ball 1.
Yeah, so along with that, let's see what's going on in the rest of the NECBL. Right now, a little shocker. Upper Valley leading Vermont 5-0 at Montpelier.
Flown back out to the netting. We'll get a full check with our field reporter, Caden Charpentier. A lot of important scores in relativity to the Coastal Division in this tight race. Newport with a 2-game advantage. Abrams slaps it down the line, and a nice play over there by the first base line. Now a 1-2 count. Goals with their biggest margin of the night. Ginther ready. Here's the pitch. That's flown out foul. 9-4 goals. 9 unanswered runs by this goals group. After Winnipesaukee took an early 4-0 lead. 2 in the 2nd inning, 2 more in the 3rd. Newport responding with 7 between the 3rd and the 4th, and 2 more last inning. Abrams stays alive.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anyone learned anything today, I mean, you never count out the Newport Gulls. I think that's something that this Newport Gulls team has tried to, become an identity, and that's kind of what these fans have become accustomed to. I mean, you're here at Cardines Field, they go down a couple runs, and they always find a way back into the ball game.
Looking for what would be a 6th straight win here at home. 17th win overall. On the ground, JKG. Throw is offline. The tag by Martinez. He got him. How about that play from Noah over at first? And in the blink of an eye, the top of the 7th is over. Time to stretch here at Newport. Gulls 9, Muskrats 4 as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking
Let's get around.
And Caden sharpens here, and Caden, we alluded to it in the top of the 7th inning. It is an action-packed night. All 14 teams in the league playing tonight, and not just every team in action. There are some major games with some major implications for the Coastal Division.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, Zach, without a doubt. I mean, as Zach alluded to, the Upper Valley Nighthawks have a 5-0 lead over the Vermont Mountaineers at Alumni Field in Keene, New Hampshire. Scoonie Nation, the Mystic Schooners, are up 3-2. As they are 2 games behind the Newport Gulls as they're trying to chase them. And the Bushville Blues have a 3-0 lead over the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. The Martha's Vineyard Sharks 2.5 behind the Newport Gulls in the Coastal Division. The Blues, the team that beat them last night. The Waves have a 7-1 lead over the Valley Blue Sox at Mackenzie Stadium. And then the North Shore Navigators are up 3-0 over the Danbury Westerners. And in the final game of the night, Steeplecats are up 4-3 against the Mainers, and that game is in the top of the 7th.
Goals up here in the bottom of the 7th. And it is Ben Rounds, Luke Beckstein, Jack Scanlon. Of course, the two of those games that Goals will be looking at more intently, rooting for Bristol and rooting for Keene. Goals up 2 games in the Coastal Division. In second is the Mystic Schooners. They sit 2 games behind, and then behind them at 2.5 behind are the Sharks of Martha's Vineyard. Ben Rounds, a 0-for-2 day. He reached on a walk in the second, and then that play in the 3rd inning, a liner off his bat, sliding catch by Corson, and right saved a run. 256 is average coming into tonight's action.
Struck him out in the.
As that's hit back behind us. Now 2-1 count. Rounds getting the nod in the 7-hole out of Harvard University. One of many outfielders. Newport has really started to use and have been able to sense the depth that this Gulls outfield has. Someone good basically has to sit on a nightly basis. Tonight, that's Colton Freeman, but I mean, you got Freeman, Rounds, Ledbetter, Makarevich, Kuroda Grauer also can play in the outfield. And just all the depth you could really want for a team here in the NECBL.
Yeah, this team, I can really see how they got the legit chance of trying to go far in the playoffs. As you said, it currently leads their division right now. They got a lot more to show for it.
Here's the 2-2 from Maher. Hit back to the fence, so we'll do it again. Maher back out for trying to complete his 3rd inning of work. He's pitched 2 1/3 so far, giving up 4 hits, the 2 earned runs that Newport scored last inning, and that thanks to RBI hits from Noah Martinez and Slade Alford. 3 hits for the Gulls in the 6th. Ledbetter with a double as well. Another 2-2. Rocketed back out of play, and it will find the area near the Newport Visitor Center. Still a pretty good crowd on hand as we near the 9 o'clock hour, 8:52 Eastern Time. Sun beginning to set, as you see on your screen. Another beautiful sunset as we are situated here with the water behind us. Newport nights in the summer, really hard to top.
Without a doubt.
Here's another 2-2. This one will stay fair. Bloop shot left field, running over Grodell, and there's 1 out.
Yeah, I will say Rounds has really seen the ball well. I mean, he's been extremely unlucky in this game. He's had some pretty solid contact, and that one is a good example right there. He got robbed of a base hit earlier in the game. I mean, he's seen the ball well. It's just unfortunate he hasn't been able to get a hit.
1 out here brings up Luke Beckstein, Newport second baseman. Those Rounds and Beckstein that worked back-to-back walks in the second inning. Luke's been retired the 2 times since on a pair of strikeouts. That's flown out. Running over and nearly making a play, but not having enough time is the first baseman, Muller. Really the only area here at Cardines Field where you have room to run in foul territory, but not nearly enough time there for Muller. Beckstein, one of the biggest hits of the season for these Newport Gulls. A walk-off single on night 3 of the season against the Valley Blue Sox. Gulls with a pair of walk-off wins this season, one coming earlier this week to North Shore. That's flown out. It'll stay fair. Muller. And there's 2 gone.
That's a nice read this time as the fly into foul territory that Muller didn't really have that much of an angle on. But since this is fair, that's you see you get them often.
Here's Jack Scanlon walking up to some Michael Bublé. And I mean, not too often you see someone walk into the batter's box. That playing over the speakers.
Yeah, I think it calms your nerves a little bit. His voice is very soothing. I feel like Jack Scanlon right now, he's seeing the ball well, especially today. So, I mean, it's working for him today.
1 for 3 day for Scanlon, picking up his first hit at Cardines Field here this summer. And nearly had a second. That one will go just foul. It was a real hard hit. Single, ended up being a long single off of the wall in right field in the 4th. Came up 1 inning later in the 5th. And nearly had another hit. Hit it deep out to left center field, and Mercedes was able to track it down. 1 for 3 day for Scanlon. 2 for 26 as we sit around the halfway point here this summer. That pitch is down low to the catcher out of Oregon. It is a 1-1 count.
Scanlon, being the veteran that he is, seeing as how he's trying to work on giving himself more time to see if he can help Oregon eventually, especially next season. Not too much, but he can still improve.
Lefty on lefty matchup as that is hit softly back up the middle. Battapaglia makes the play. Nice play by the shortstop. And that retires the side. Maher finishes a 3rd inning of relief, 3 1/3 in the books for the lefty, and keeps Newport off the board in its half of the 7th. We go to the 8th, Newport 9, Winnipesaukee 4 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage.
Heading to the top of the 8th here at Cardines Field. Gulls by 5 over their counterparts from Laconia, New Hampshire, the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. Glad you can be with us on a Friday night. Zach Letson, Zach Wilson, and Caden Charpentier with you. Newport looking for its 17th win this summer. Only 2 teams in the NECBL have more. as Ryan Ginther back out for yet another inning of relief. It'll be his 5th inning of relief here. That's cut on and missed.
Even with all these innings that Ginther has thrown, he hasn't really had any trouble finding the strike zone.
That one misses inside. It is Grayson Preslar that pinch hits here for the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. He pinch hits in the 2 spot for Tyler Grodell. His day ends with an 0 for 3 day with a pair of strikeouts. And in comes the utility man from Leisville, North Carolina. He goes down on strikes. The beat goes on for Ryan Ginther. My goodness, that is 7 strikeouts now in 4 1/3.
I mean, yeah, this guy, I mean, I bet he likes card games because he is dealing right now. It's unbelievable what Ryan Ginther is doing. I mean, he, as Zach said, 7 strikeouts. I mean, 7 strikeouts, 4 1/3 innings of work. He's just doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Zach talked about an extended outing in the bullpen, and that's exactly what he's giving the Newport Gulls right now.
4 1/3. No Muskrat has even a hit on Ryan Ginther. 42 strikes, 13 balls. And Christian Mercedes, the 3-hitter, looks at strike 1. That's been the name of the game, getting out ahead, taking command of the at-bat. That is Ryan Ginther's MO. As that is shot off of, looked like the dugout, and it caromed over the fence into the seats. Now, since Ginther has entered this game, as that pitch is down low, he has faced the minimum. 1, 2, 3 in the 4th, 1, 2, 3 in the 5th, 1, 2, 3 in the 6th, and then 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. That is now 13 in a row, retired by the Vandy lefty. Swing and a miss, make it 14. Oh, baby. Ryan Ginther. Someone might need to go out there and cool him down. He is on fire.
Yeah.
14 in a row retired. There's 2 gone in the 8th.
I mean, jeez. I mean, we need a fire hydrant out here. It's insane. I mean, this dude just keeps mowing people down, and it's kind of unheard of. Just given you see after his first outing, he's just been a different pitcher.
Looking to finish his 5th inning of work. Corson with a bunt. Right back to the pitcher. The side is retired. 5 perfect innings of relief for Ryan Ginther. Absolute domination. We head to the bottom of the 8th at Cardines Field. Newport 9 and Winnipesaukee 4.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Head to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the lineup up for Newport in a 9-4 advantage for these Gulls, looking for a 6th straight here at home and a 9th win in their last 10 games. Team that has really been playing very good baseball as of late. 16-9 on the season, and in a good position to win tonight because the man that steps up to the plate right now, Trent Farquhar, the Newport leadoff hitter, gets things started against Maher and looks at ball one. For Trent tonight, he reached in his first 3 times up to the plate, a pair of extra base hits, a solo shot that got Newport on the board in the 3rd, follow that up with a double to center field in the 4th. And he's quickly ahead 2-0. Maher's pitched 3 1/3 for these Muskrats, 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts. Looking to keep this at just a 5-run deficit for Winnipesaukee. Muskrats have not scored since all the way back in the 3rd inning. Newport has, after a quiet first 2 innings, found their stride. And in real good position for a win in front of their home fans on Friday. Trent Farquhar, he's going to reach again. It is another walk, and he will be on base now for a 4th time here tonight.
Yeah, every single goal has walked except for 3. I mean, that's kind of absurd to be honest with you. I mean, it's just unbelievable production from this Newport Gulls offense, and you go down 4 early, and you just see this explosion of offense from every single hitter in this lineup.
I'll check in over on Farquhar, the speedster. He's back and safe as Alec Makarevich digs in here for the Gulls. An 0 for 3 day. He did reach on a walk in the 4th inning. And that really the inning that blew this game open for Newport. Every single batter came to the plate, 1 through 9. Gulls put 4 runs on the board. They earned 3 walks, 3 hits as well. I mean, everything you could have asked for and then some. And the 0-1. Comes in a bit inside to Amac. Saw his 15-game hitting streak end yesterday. A remarkable start to the season for him. And still looking for that first hit here tonight. Gulls looking for the finishing touches in this one. Swing and a miss on that fastball upstairs. Now 1-2. 17 hits on the season, brings in a .293 average into tonight's action. 2 home runs, 1 coming on Wednesday against Upper Valley in the 7-inning doubleheader. And another check on Farquhar, and they have him picked off in between 1st and 2nd. And now the chase is on. Farquhar running to 2nd, and the ball's loose. He's going to slide into 2nd, and he's out. Oh, he nearly got away with it. Oh, my goodness. What a absolute 50-act play between 1st and 2nd base.
I mean, unbelievable. I thought he was going to get it at that point. I mean, it was a nice dive, but just as you see on the instant replay right here, back and forth. It's just like a seesaw here, and eventually the Muskrats get him.
Yeah, that pops out of the glove there of Cole Abrams, but he just gets it back in time. And Winnipesaukee lucky to end up getting that out. Now there's 1 down here with the bases empty. A 2-2 count to Amac. Mentioned that home run he had on Wednesday. The other one came against these very same Winnipesaukee Muskrats out at Robbie Mills Fields. A no doubt about it blast out to left. Off speed for Maher, and it misses outside. He's really put in a lot of work. The only reliever Winnipesaukee has thrown out there tonight. 46 pitches deep now. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball flown out of play, and it will land behind us.
No, you can't beat those home runs. I mean, those foul ball calls afterwards.
It is DAI restoration night here at Cardines Field. Payoff pitch on the ground to 3rd, Brady Day. A nice play across the diamond for the Muskrats, scooped out by Muller, and now there's 2 away.
Yeah, sensational play by Day. I mean, you see the hop. It was just kind of died when it got to the dirt, and you see it on the replay. And just a heck of a play and a heck of a scoop to get Makarevich.
Oh, that's what makes Brady Day a player who can really show he's got the ability to play on defense. Mostly outfield. Sometimes he is infield where he is right now at third base. And that Power 5 experience he brings to Winnipesaukee along with Patrick Roche, playing in a conference that had 2 teams go to the Big 12. Those teams that will be going to the SEC in a few years, Oklahoma and Texas.
Here's Colton Ledbetter, bases empty and 2 down in the 8th. Couple of hits for Colton, also a sac fly in the 4th. He's been in the middle of it all, not just in the Newport order, but in the middle of all the offense the Gulls have manufactured tonight. That is smoke to right field. You know the rest. That baby's on a one-way ticket out of here. Get out the tape measure. Holy moly. Number 8 on the summer, and there was no doubt about it. 10-4 Gulls.
I mean, there it is. He ties Ignafo for the league lead in home runs. That's number 8 for Colton Ledbetter. I mean, this man is pure power. He's class. He's just a great hitter. Doesn't chase, and when he sees the ball over the plate, it's just absolutely crushed. Absolutely crushed, as you see it on the replay.
That net is there to try to block home runs until Colton Ledbetter shows up. That's not high enough to keep him from getting to those houses. My God. 92 the exit speed, 348 the distance. And the 8th home run of the summer for the New Mississippi State center fielder. Another guy with multiple hits tonight is Noah Martinez. My goodness. I mean, you can just feel this place erupt. It's almost like you can sense something might be coming every time he steps up. That one low to Martinez. Now a ball and a strike.
Yeah, Ledbetter is must watch. I mean, you got to pay attention when Colton Ledbetter's up because something magnificent is going to happen, and that's on display right there. Anything can happen when he's up, especially, with nobody on. You never really know because he's a home run hitter.
Martinez still looking for that elusive first home run in a Gulls uniform. I mean, it is remarkable. When you look at Newport, they found balance in getting power. In terms of Kulisingham had 2 home runs. Alford has 3. But then it sticks out when you look at the stat sheet. And Colton Ledbetter, like you said, now tied for the lead across the entire NECBL with 8 home runs. And the 1-2. Driven back and allowed ping off of one of the poles here that holds together our net. Have a fence and a net in front of us. And, a good Newport crowd still on hand here. Past the 9 o'clock hour. And they have been greeted to a team that is playing some real good baseball, looking to move to 9-1 in their last 10 games. Goals are hot. Another 1-2. And another loud foul ball from Martinez. He'll stay alive.
Well, they got all the run support they could possibly want tonight, and it looks like Kinther is going to be credited with that win. It's amazing to see how he's been able to last longer than the starter Garland. Probably something that I don't know if even Newport was really expecting coming into this contest.
Gulls have 3 different players with 3 hit nights. Martinez down on strikes. That will retire the side. But Colton Ledbetter with his 8th blast of the summer. And the Gulls are 3 outs away from a 6th straight home win. Newport 10, Winnipesaukee 4 as we go to the 9th.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to...
Three more outs. That is all Ryan Ginther needs in this masterclass of a relief appearance. He has faced 15 batters. He has retired 15 batters.
Yeah, it's like I said, Ginther most likely going to be credited with the win. Who would have seen that coming after Garland came in? Everybody from Newport thought that he would be the one with the biggest chance.
It is Cole Palmieri to make his second at bat here tonight. He struck out in that pinch hit appearance when he came in for Pat Roche. 5, 6, 7. That is the portion of this Winnipesaukee order due up. Misses inside as Ryan Ginther has now thrown 63 pitches. 48 of them have been strikes. Now a 2-2 count.
The pitch is going in, and then they start going out. We'll see if there's at least one run for Winnipesaukee.
Have not scored since all the way back in the third inning before Ginther came in. And Palmieri will stay alive.
It's been hard for the batters for Winnipesaukee to read the fastballs. They're going faster than Winnipesaukee anticipates, and that's probably why many of those strikeouts for Ginther has been when the batters have been late.
Stay alive again, nearly an identically hit foul ball. Well, Jake Garland's, the Newport starter, came out after the third inning. Winnipesaukee had a 4-0 lead. Gulls score 3 in the bottom of the third. And since then, Ryan Ginther has been unhittable. 8 strikeouts, 5 innings pitched, no hits, no base runners. And now a full count. Well, just the second full count worked by Winnipesaukee since Ginther's entered. Includes a stretch of 5 straight strikeouts for the lefty. Popped him up. It'll stay on the infield. Beckstein coming in, and there's one away. 16 in a row retired for Ryan Ginther.
I mean, this is one of the best pitching performances we've seen out of relief. Even if it's a starting pitcher from a Newport Gull this season, he's been sensational. He's almost been untouchable. I mean, it's kind of unreal. Only need 2 more outs to seal this 6th straight win at Cardines Field.
In for a strike. That has been how he's gotten it done. Getting out ahead early. And Brady Day quickly behind. Curveball just misses inside. It is 1-1 the count. So the third baseman who made a nice play there in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hails from Kansas State, Hampstead, New Hampshire. And he's ahead now, 2 balls and a strike. 284 his average with the Wildcats this spring. Looking to be the first guy to get on base here against Ginther. And that fastball in there for a strike. Now 2-2. Ginther looking for a 9th punch out. Strike 3 called. Unbelievable. There's on fire, and then there's Ryan Ginther. 2 down in the 9th.
I mean, wow. I mean, it's just kind of unbelievable. I mean, it's kind of the word I keep saying, but it's unreal. 9 strikeouts in relief. 5 2/3 innings. It's remarkable. Remarkable from Ryan Ginther.
The last hope for the Winnipesaukee Muskrats is Zach DiMatteo, the catcher. Swings at the first pitch, back to Ginther. He'll flip to Martinez. And the Newport Gulls win it. 10-4 the final over the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. And everything working for Newport tonight. Ryan Ginther, 18 outs in a row to end the game. A complete hitting performance. 3 different guys with 3 hits. All-around domination. The Gulls have won their 9th game in the last 10 that they've played.
It's just an unbelievable team performance, as me and Zach were talking about. It's not just one guy doing the damage on the offensive end. You got Farquhar, Ledbetter. Noah Martinez is one of his best games as a Newport goal. Slade Alford did a fantastic game as well, and then Ryan Ginther. I mean, it's always a team performance. It's never just one guy. And this Newport Gulls team, down 4 runs early, 10 runs unanswered. It's exactly what the Newport Gulls have been doing all season. It's overcoming adversity.
A 10-run avalanche. Winnipesaukee goes up 4-0 in the third inning. After that, Newport 3 runs in the third, 4 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, and then 1 more in the 8th. It was an offense that was just really a lot to handle, Zach, for this Muskrats team.
Yeah, they've had some struggles over the last few games with their offense. When it seems like they've had something going, they haven't been able to sustain it going forward. They need to find a way to get back into the rhythm with that as they return home to face off against North Adams tomorrow.
Gulls move to 17-9. It is 6 in a row in the W column here at home. Winnipesaukee, it's a 5th straight loss for the Muskrats. They fall to 10-15. Well, Zach, it's been a pleasure having you up here in the booth tonight on this Friday night. What turned into a great Friday for baseball, and we were treated to a great game. I know this 2-day road trip here in Rhode Island is coming to a close for you, but it's been a pleasure to have you up here in the booth.
Thanks. It's been a pleasure to have you here as well this summer, Zach.
Gulls get it done really in dominant fashion. It turned out to be in the end, Caden, as we talked about, 10 unanswered runs. And Ryan Ginther closes it out, throwing 54 of the 73 pitches thrown for strikes. One of the best, I'd have to say the best, relief appearance we've seen by a Gull this season. Kevin Siner's been great in a starting role. We have not seen a reliever do what Ryan Ginther did tonight.
Exactly. Starting pitching has been the catalyst, but, Jake Garland he just had a tough night. I mean, sometimes you don't have it, and he didn't have it tonight, and that's okay. And Ryan Ginther picked him up. He said, you know what? You didn't have a good start, but it's okay. I got you, bro. And that's what the Newport Gulls do. I mean, they pick each other up, and that's what they're doing right now. And it's just an unbelievable performance. And they rebound after a tough loss to Bristol, lose by a single run, and they almost came back down 3. They scored 2, and they end up falling short. But this is just a convincing win after the Gulls their offense just exploded out of nowhere. And Trent Farquhar and their entire, Jack Scanlon got a hit today, and that's just exactly what I'm saying. 1 through 9, this offense is exactly what you want right now.
Gulls pick up their Coastal Division best 17th win this season, maintaining that hold on first place. All-important first place with the new playoff rules this season. 17-9 for the Gulls, 10-15 for the Muskrats. Well, that's going to do it for Zach and myself from up here in the booth. I will do one final sign-off from down on the field. But before that, Caden, take it away. Take us through this game, the implications, all of it, as we wrap up an emphatic 10-4 win for the Gulls.
Yes, thank you, Zach. It's been an absolute pleasure of a game today for the Newport Gulls. I mean, it's just what a game for the Newport Gulls. One of the most fun games I think these fans have had this season. The Newport Gulls have the highest attendance in the NECBL, the only team with over 2,000 average per game. It's just exactly what you want on a Friday night, and that's exactly how you pick up a starter, and that's what I said. Ryan Ginther, 9 strikeouts, 6 innings, no runs, no hits, and 0 walks. Just an absolute dominant performance for Ryan Ginther. And then you have Trent Farquhar getting back to his ways at Cardines Field with a home run, walks twice, 2 hits, gets to home twice, and then Colton Ledbetter. You see that power is on display in batting practice. Every single day I'm just amazed by how much power this guy has, and every single game it's on display. I mean, whether it's a home run, whether it's a deep fly out, this guy has the power for days, and that's why he's going to Mississippi State, one of the best programs in the country. And another home run ties Ryan Ignafo of the Upper Valley Nighthawks for most home runs in the NECBL. Just an unbelievable, I keep saying that word, but it's exactly what Colton Ledbetter is. I mean, Josh Korograuer didn't get a hit today. Noel Martinez was arguably his best outing as a Newport Gull. He's got 2 hits. He scored 3 runs. He walked 1 time. He got an RBI. Probably one of his best performances. And when I talked to him, pregame, it was his first time batting cleanup today, or it was today for the Newport Gulls this season with Sam Kulasingam going back to Colorado. So, he's taking that role to first base, and it's exactly what you want, a really, really good outing for Noah Martinez, and that's how you kick off. He's still waiting on that home run at 15 in the season this past spring again with the Blue Devils of Central Connecticut State University. But that's exactly how you get back on track. The cleanup hitter, and I think he earned his spot to stay there for tomorrow against the Waves. Slade Alford, 4 RBIs, 3 hits. He was sensational. And Jack Scanlon, exactly what I kind of was thinking. You see him in practice, and he's been just smoking the ball. And he's a big guy, and it's exactly what you want. And could have been a double. It was just off the wall. These dimensions at Cardines Field, they prevented it. Scanlon, 6'4", 215. He's a big guy. And he gets his first hit since June 15th, and I think this is going to carry over. The catcher spot when it comes to the offense has not been, very consistent, but I think, Jake Burley and Jack Scanlon have both been, they've had their struggles on the offensive end. They're both reliable on the defensive end, and I think they're slowly starting to get that offense. And I think, Jack Scanlon may have only had 1 hit today, but it could have been more. You saw that deep drive into center field. Christian Mercedes had that nice catch. So it's slowly going into Newport Gulls' favor, and right now they're hot. Obviously last night did not go in their favor in the Bristol Blues, the team ahead of them. Of course, is the 2 seed right now in the NECBL playoffs with that new format. Top 3 teams, the division winners, and the 3 best teams other than that will make the NECBL playoffs. But if the Newport Gulls want to get that 2 seed, they get that first round bye. The Bristol Blues are really going to have to drop some games, and right now it's not looking likely, and they play them again next week. So it's going to be a big opportunity for the Gulls, but today is just a sensational outing from Ryan Ginther. Tomorrow you gotta travel to Old Mountain Field. You play your rivals, your in-state rivals, the Ocean State Waves. It looks like Colin Lowe will be pitching tomorrow for the Newport Gulls, and then come back here on Monday at Cardines Field to play the North Shore Navigators again on a Monday. You walked them off, won 6-7 on the 4th of July. A lot of fireworks in that game, without a doubt, but an unbelievable performance, and I think this Newport Gulls, they know how to really, as I said, overcome adversity, the character, the culture this team has. Logan McGuire and Kevin Sider talked about, but it's just exactly what you want from this Newport Gulls team, and they've been magnificent this entire season. And, whenever they go down, you should never count them out because their offense is spectacular. It's absolutely spectacular. And as I mentioned, Colin Lowe, tomorrow he's on the bump for the Newport Gulls at Old Mountain Field against the Ocean State Waves. Last time out against the Danbury Westerners, he was phenomenal. 5 innings, just 4 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Really efficient, really efficient. The time before that, he got the win against Danbury. Keene Swamp Bats started that game, 2 hits, just 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He's had 3 outings this season with 7 Ks. He's been fantastic. 26 strikeouts on the season. This, as we said, we talked about this. This pitching staff is extremely deep. Dominic Parachi, Kevin Sider, Jake Garland, Ryan Ginther today. It's an extremely deep pitching staff. Colin Lowe has been sensational. Logan McGuire has been sensational as well. So you really have a deep pitching staff that you have, that Frank Holbrook really has. Josh Gross out of the bullpen. Tyler Cortland out of the bullpen has been great as well. Garrett Simpson was phenomenal. Cole Stasio closing the door the other day against the Upper Valley Nighthawks. So you have just a huge group of pitchers that have that potential to pitch into huge moments. And Chase Allen, just one pitch really killed him yesterday against the Bristol Blues. But other than that, he was phenomenal. He was fantastic. And this Newport Gulls team is really just kind of coming together at the perfect time. July is really when, summer baseball is really when the most important baseball happens, where your season is kind of determined. And this is exactly where I'm hoping, these Newport Gulls fans are hoping that this team can continue the run that it's on. At home, they're not used to the Newport Gulls, losing many games here. And if they could keep protecting this home field and keep getting wins and slowly just climbing up that lead in the Coastal Division, they are going to be in a perfect position to make a deep run in the NECBL playoffs and go for that, that title that's been, trying it since 2014. They're going for number 7, and they've been trying to go for number 7 for quite a while. Right now, 17-9. They got a 2-game lead over the Mystic Schooners. still. Scooney Nation, they did a great job tonight. They beat the Keene Swamp Bats in Keene, New Hampshire. North Shore Navigators defeated the Danbury Westerners. It looks like the Vermont Mountaineers are going to lose for just the fourth time this season. The Nighthawks have a 7-4 lead right now up in Montpelier, Vermont. So that's a little bit shocking, as Zach alluded to earlier. But this, as far as they can't really worry about other teams out there. They have to kind of look at the Coastal Division. The Ocean State Waves will be riding a little bit momentum. Right now they're up 8-2 against the Valley Blue Sox on the road. So you're going to be, a team that has a little bit of confidence going back home, trying to get that momentum going, keep that rolling. The Ocean State Waves, this could be their third win in a row if they defeat Valley. They beat North Shore on Wednesday. They beat Winnipesaukee yesterday, and then today they play Valley. They're up 8-2, and then tomorrow they got the Newport Gulls, the red hot Newport Gulls. So it's going to be a tough battle. Obviously, you had that game against the Ocean State Waves, a 12-10 win for the Waves. It was kind of an incredible game, but yeah, just an unreal game, and I hope all of you at home enjoyed it and watching enjoyed it. But that is it for me at the booth. I will send it down to Zach for the player of the game, of course, Ryan Ginther.
All right, it was an offensive masterclass, but it was also a pitching masterclass here tonight in Newport's 10-4 win over Winnipesaukee. And that pitching dominance coming from none other than our South Coast Health player of the game tonight, Ryan Ginther. Ryan, 18 outs in a row. These 6 innings that you pitch, 6 perfect innings out of the bullpen. What was working for you tonight?
I think everything kind of was. I was just kind of going up there and just trying to throw strikes, to be honest with you. So I think that was my main thing going out, was just to throw strikes. So.
Well, Newport falls in a 4-0 hole. Then the offense wakes up kind of around the same time that you enter the game. How good of a feeling is it to know that, you're dominating out there and you got a real good offense to back you up and give you even more of a cushion?
Yeah, I think that's, huge for a pitcher. I mean, even, if you're not having, the greatest time out there, just having run support is awesome. So that really does make it a lot easier to go out there and just throw the ball down the middle.
Well, even though offense was spectacular tonight, 3 different guys with 3 hits for Newport, pitching has really been the catalyst for this stretch. 9 wins out of the last 10 for the Gulls. How do you get it done tomorrow and keep this pitching staff as dominant as it's been as you make the short drive over to Wakefield to face the Waves?
I think we have a lot of confidence right now. Everybody that we put out there, I think, knows that they can go out there and compete. And I think that's the biggest thing, if you believe in yourself, you can do anything. So I think that's a huge key for us right now, is just keep believing in ourselves.
All right, that is Vanderbilt's Ryan Ginther as Newport gets it done here tonight. 10-4 the final. Gulls will be back in action tomorrow in Wakefield to play Ocean State, and back here at Cardings Field Monday to face the North Shore Navigators. But until then, for Zach Letson, Caden Sharpens here, Zach Wilson in the booth, signing off for the final time as Newport wins it tonight over Winnipesaukee by a final of 10-4.
Mm-hmm.